Winners don't use drugs.
What's up, everybody? How's it going?
Hey,
All right.
Walken.
Hope everyone's having a great weekend. Are you not having a great weekend, Tommy?
Well, somebody had to be the voice of opposition.
I'm having a great weekend. I just took the 7 over to Queens and got on the L train. Had to shoot a guy. Well, forget about it.
Tommy, DBS, Jens, Darius, thank you guys for joining me, for watching, for having a discussion about King of New York. Christopher Walken. Hell yeah, Christopher Walken. I love me some Christopher Walken. He always makes a
I
movie
love a
better.
dancer Walken.
He's one of those guys who makes a movie better, in my opinion.
Even though he's real skinny.
Yeah, but
he's the toughest guy in the room.
you know what? He's got screen presence.
Yeah.
That was always good. Yeah, and now no actors seem to have that, but he definitely has it.
He does a lot with his eyes.
Charisma is something that's definitely lacking in the modern equivalency of big screen actors.
And Larry Fishburne, not Lawrence. He didn't earn the name Lawrence yet. he didn't earn his stripes enough to get the full name. Larry Fishburne. I guess it's better off that he went to Lawrence Fishburne instead of keeping Larry, because Larry just doesn't sound right for him.
Well, is it just me, or when he was credited as Larry, were his characters just written a lot blacker and very street back in the day? Because we've seen a couple of other movies with him.
Yeah, he was also Band of the Hand when we watched that on JJ's channel. And we watched it with JJ. He was billed as Larry Fishburne, and he was acting the same way. He was acting ghetto fried.
Yeah, he was a little better in this one. I think he had a little more character.
Hey, we can talk about the film though. Did Christopher Walken shoot himself in the end in the taxi?
No.
Nope.
No. He bled.
We didn't get to the end. Jens, stop jumping ahead of the damn review.
Fucking Yen.
No.
Watch the.
All right. Oh, live. Right.
Pay attention to the
spoiler for a 1990 movie.
Right.
Yeah. Failed.
Yeah. Like I said, I was like a bit confused on what was happening at the end.
You were probably walking home. You were probably walking home when the
I was just entering into my door at that time, so I just and the sound had gone.
Oh yeah.
So
that's probably a connection thing.
We got Christopher Walken in the main role. Yeah, the Driller Killer, the same guy who brought us the Driller Killer, who was also the star of the Driller Killer, by the way.
Hard to believe.
He was that fucking idiot with the shaggy hair and the greased face.
I think it looked like it was shot on 8mm practically.
It's a million times better than Driller Killer.
Yeah, this is a beautiful film.
I'm sure he got a lot more money to make this movie than Driller Killer.
I don't know why. I wouldn't give it to him.
Slasher. That not all of them could be cinematic masterpieces like Straight to Hell. Okay.
All right. Well, what was worse, Tommy? What looked worse, Tommy? Straight to Hell or Slaughter High? I say Straight to Hell looked a million times better than Slaughter High.
I would say so too. Yeah. Yeah, Slaughter High was definitely bad, but I would have took Slaughter High over Driller Killer again any day of the week.
Yeah, I think I would too. Driller Killer is a movie I don't think I would watch even as a joke.
But we didn't see the director's
suggesting
cut.
to somebody. Yeah, I know we didn't see the director's cut.
You know what? Driller Killer is the type of movie that I would strap somebody in a chair and put toothpicks in their eyes and make them watch it nonstop
on a loop.
yeah, the Ludovico technique.
So, this is one of the few movies that I remember Christopher Walken being the leading man. I could think of maybe 3 or 4 other movies.
Yeah, and this is where he plays Frank White, and I always wondered where that name came from. And
Because you heard in a bunch of rap songs or something.
Yes,
Figures.
I thought it was a real guy, but it wasn't.
What's up,
it was
RR?
him.
How you doing, RR?
Oh, what's up, RR?
What up, R?
Yeah.
Newsflash, Darius, he really was white.
Well, yeah, and I'm wondering if that was like not so subtle. If that was because there's a lot of mute background tracks in the movie about like, am I black enough? And even that.
You mean the greatest song ever played in a movie?
it even
Like,
that
fuck Hearts
party
on
scene.
Fire from Rocky IV, because Am I Black Enough and The King of New York is the movie song of all movie songs. Fuck that Chariots of Fire theme.
Yeah. That scene where Walken is looking at that other white dude and his white girlfriend, and the captions pop up. Am I black enough? Frank White.
So he gets out of jail, and apparently he's a big deal. He's been a big deal for all these years. He's been behind bars. And
Yep. And
we
nobody
see
bitched.
the first person eliminated from his competition. Pretty fucking hardcore scene. They pin him into the old school phone booths where Clark Kent would change into Superman. And
smackheads would like use it so they can burn the book.
Yeah.
Spoon.
Yeah. And execution, and they put a newspaper in his face saying Christopher Walken, well, not Christopher Walken, Frank White is getting out of jail. So the battle lines have already been drawn. Like, as soon as he gets out of jail, they fucking execute somebody.
Mm-hmm. Cleaning up the streets.
And later on we get a speech that he's not as bad as everyone thinks he is.
No,
you know, I'm not the bad guy here. You know,
hey, keep that hospital open. They need more money.
I am the type of guy that puts 13-year-old girls out. I
didn't want to make money that way.
No, yeah.
It's pretty good. That's pretty good.
You're talking to me all wrong. You do it again, and I'll stab you in the face with a southern knife.
I don't like the way they do business.
So he's staying at the plaza. Come see me at the plaza. He'll take anybody too. He'll take anyone into his crew. It doesn't matter if you're a part of a fucking someone else's mafia crew, or if you're some guy trying to mug him while he's trying to get laid on the subway.
Yeah. He might offer, if you do it badass enough, he might offer you a job. And I half expected Joe Pesci to try to break into the hotel.
He wasn't black enough.
This was
but Pookie was down though.
Yeah, they had like fake Chris Rock. That it wasn't really Chris Rock, but it looked like he could have been his brother.
Yeah, it was like New Jack City meets Godfather.
Well, yeah, because we get Wesley Snipes later on.
Yeah, this Wesley Snipes ain't as rowdy as he was in fucking his character in New Jack City was he was basically what Christopher Walken was doing in this movie, but a lot more Simon Phoenix like.
Yeah, and if you didn't sit your $5 ass down, he'd make change out of you.
They should make a movie where it's Frank White trying to take over Tony Montana's business.
Oh, so he'd be king of Miami?
Like, yeah, let's see whose crew is better. Who would win?
Yeah. This is so bad, man.
We already see what happened to fucking Tony Montana. Do you want to go to war? Okay.
Only 100 rounds. Only 100 rounds from Uzis to take him down. No, not even that. A shotgun to the back to his
Well,
back.
he was coked out of his skull at the end of the movies. Cocaine was like his what spinach is to Popeye.
Yeah, but this
Nobody.
is, yeah, but this is
I-
DBS's sort of like fix on like battle of the mob bosses. I'm surprised you haven't brought in Kingpin, like a three-way
I'm
battle.
not bringing in no
Oh, yeah.
cartoon.
Whoa, what? He's a cartoon. He's real. The Netflix did a series.
Yeah, I saw it. I like the way he beat up the lawyer. Well, it was Daredevil.
Oh no! Also, Jens also
Murdoch.
fucking Green Mile played him in the fucking Daredevil.
Yeah, that was a black
Affleck.
Kingpin. Yeah, but that was a black Kingpin, which was weird.
He was
Oh,
black
Michael
enough.
Clark
I
Duncan.
didn't even know it was Kingpin until like until like you're watching the film and it is
Michael
Kingpin.
Clark Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, when you see him on the cover of like, I don't even think they have him on the cover of Daredevil or with
I've seen posters where they have all four of them on the cover.
right, yeah. Well, I didn't even know it was Kingpin. I just thought, oh, it's some black gangster dude.
Well, they made they didn't do
But
much.
then,
With the,
yeah, then I did find
also-
out.
You get a huge
Like,
black
it's
thing.
Kingpin.
well, they
But
also
did-
didn't.
you
They didn't do.
all right.
They didn't do Bullseye right either.
Yeah, Colin Farrell. Yeah, not the hand, not the
Hey.
fucking hand.
Yeah, Colin Farrell. Yeah, now there's a man who knows his way around a phone booth.
Frank White took one bullet. Tony Montana took 100 bullets.
Yeah, that's
in
true.
one shotgun blast, and the 100 bullets, none of them hit him in the dick.
But Frank White also didn't do a whole fucking mountain of cocaine before he got raided, and he did. Frank did make it out of that first raid too.
Yeah.
When the cops decide to go vigilante squad on him.
Fucking cops.
So he's staying at the plaza, and he's getting his fucking competition executed left and right. But he's also trying to be legit. He wants hospitals.
I want to keep the yawns healthy.
I think he wants the hospitals open so he could do his drug transactions in front of the sick children. In front of the sick children, so no one will fucking know no one will know any better. I'm sure the cancer patient that was there in the bed next to them, I'm sure she didn't have a wire on her.
I want them all fully vaxxed.
Yeah, it was a pretty Corleone move to have his competition taken out in rapid succession.
And he's also trying to he's trying to be civil at first, like when he goes to the Italian. Is that what he eliminated? Colombians, fucking Chinese, Italians, he eliminated like every single one of the ethnic gangs.
Oh, and the racist white guy.
The Italian.
Was
That was
that guy
the
cop?
Italian.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
The one who pissed on the dude's foot in the beginning, right? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He was Italian mob.
It's like that shit got in my socks, man. That's disgusting.
Man, Paul was he was pretty good in this movie too. He could threaten with a smile, and he never winced, he never blinked, he never reacted.
Yeah, but every
to
time
anything.
he's going for these meetings, he's walking away punked out. He goes to the he goes to the meeting with the Italian guy. The Italian guy pissed on his foot. He goes to the meeting with the Chinese guy, and this guy is he just sends him on his way. He doesn't seem like he's very useful.
Yeah, but that's consistent, and it sets up, his actions
Later on. Yeah, later on.
Yeah.
Spoiler, he's a rat.
God damn dirty rat.
No muñecas. Oh wait, no, that's
No me
don't
mientes.
lie to me.
He said no me
And that dude,
mientes.
that dude pisses on his foot on command. Like if this guy wants to piss, it seems like he should just do it automatically.
A full bladder load too. Not
Yeah,
just a-
or he could be diabetic.
And I'll tell you something and all. If you had like alcohol beforehand and you're needing to piss and you get like held up, sometimes, yeah, because you're drinking a lot, it's hard to hold the bladder.
Also, these big time mob guys in a really dingy ass fucking apartment. This place looks abandoned.
Yeah.
It's like dirt all over the walls and floors and fucking boards. Like
well, I think though, wasn't it like a
Mm.
fashion statement, like in Friends back in
It
the
was just like a hideout for them, a place where they can actually be safe, like a safe house, right?
No, I was thinking the decor. Back in the like 80s and 90s and that, there was like making like buildings, like walls, just bare brick walls, not even decorating, and then it was like sort of like
No, they showed that place twice, and it looked run the fuck down. It looked like it was like no one living there. It looked like where a place where mobsters just sit down and play cards, because that's what they were doing both times they showed the place. They were just sitting there playing cards.
Oh shit.
So, yeah, Christopher Walken goes to that guy after he pisses on the messenger's foot. He's gonna walk away until this guy calls him a hump. I was like, he goes, "You got fat while everybody starved on the street." The guy calls him a hump, and then boom, you get gunfire. Christopher Walken gunfire. And none of these monsters do anything. They all stand there like fucking shit in their pants.
Oh yeah, dude. And he unloads it all into the same guy.
He's still shooting him when they're fucking he's giving them a speech. He's giving them a speech like, if you're tired of working for guys like that, boom, boom. Meet me at the plaza. Boom, boom. He's awesome in this movie, man. I don't know why this guy didn't get more starring roles, but anyway.
I don't think he really wanted them.
No? You think he wanted to be a bit guy?
Yeah, I think he did. I mean, he could have easily got a lot of starring roles. I mean, but I think his personality was, I want to be there to be maybe a key player to help the movie, but not be the guy of every single movie, because he could have been easily.
Yeah, he started in Dead Zone, didn't he? And then
Dead Zone.
I think when he started in Deer Hunter.
But he wasn't the guy, and like that was De Niro's
De Niro
billing. He was just a side guy. You know what I mean?
I don't know. It is pretty much sort of like.
No, what I'm saying, if you look it up, you're gonna see De Niro as the top guy billed in Deer Hunter. It's you know what I'm saying? Like even on the movie poster, it's gonna be De Niro, the first person named.
Yeah, but it's like Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. Mel Gibson is bigger but it's still like, because the film is all about like the friendship between De Niro.
I've never sat through Deer Hunter anyway, but I know De Niro's name is the first one billed in it.
Yeah. Well, like De Niro does play the main sort of role, but Christopher Walken is sort of like sort of like
all right, is he what to Lawrence Fishburne was to Christopher Walken in this movie? Like, because I would say Lawrence Fishburne also could, although spoiler, he doesn't make it through the movie, Lawrence Fishburne, but he's got a lot of goddamn camera time in this fucking movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, well, basically, Christopher Walken, he plays a big part in the beginning, and he plays a big part at the end. But the middle bit is more De Niro. But in that film, though, he is the like second starring role, which is like quite big, as in it's nearly as big as De Niro's role.
Yeah, I still never sat. What I remember from seeing Deer Hunter is, of course, the Russian roulette scene.
Yeah. Oh well, like it's the Russian roulette scene and that, and then the escape, and then like it goes to where it gets very boring, where Robert De Niro's deer hunting, and most of that film, well, not most of the film, but most of the middle part of the film is like just seeing Robert De Niro deer hunting and trying to get off with what's the name? Oh, but they're at like a wedding or a party or something.
All right, enough about Deer Hunter.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just saying, like, Christopher Walken. I could think of this, Suicide Kings, The Prophecy, and The Dead Zone. Those are the top ones I could think of that he was the main build guy, number one in the credits.
And he played the main villain in A View
Sleepy
to a Kill.
Hollow. Oh, also, yeah, Dari. I think someone brought up Sleepy Hollow when we were watching.
Yeah.
He's the headless horseman.
Yep. Savage.
Yeah. I didn't see that film, but yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. But I could also think of like two movies where he had one fucking scene, and he ate up the fucking scenery. And the one scene's like the one scene he was in both movies, in True Romance and in Pulp Fiction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like everyone remembers both his speeches from that movie.
Yeah. Oh, he's a good actor, Christopher Walken.
Oh yeah. What did you say this was? This was The Rundown, the movie with The Rock and Stifler, right?
Yeah.
When we were watching King of New York, this movie was brought up too. The Rundown. Yeah, I never saw The Rundown.
Yes.
Hello, Joe. How you doing, Joe's Atmosphere?
Yeah,
Badass and Sleepy Hollow. Never saw Sleepy Hollow either. I did, however, see that stupid movie with him and fucking. Oh, this movie was so stupid. It's Ben Stiller and Jack Black, and they were next door neighbors.
Oh,
I forget what. Yeah, that movie was so fucking stupid.
Yeah, I figured, right. I tell everyone.
He wasted his time with that one.
Yeah, I tell everyone this, right. I was at my mate's house, and he'd got a copy of it, but it was a pirate copy on DVD from Cam Jobby. Well, anyway, whoever like recorded this, they recorded it with these people like complaining about the film because the film is quite boring a bit, and that considering it's got Ben Stiller and Jack Black in, you think this is going to be a comedy.
It was a bootleg that came with commentary on it.
yeah, and so like I think they leave like halfway
That's
through.
awesome. I think every bootleg should be like that.
Yeah, okay, because like one of them couldn't rate because it's quite a subtle fucking dark comedy because at first there ain't much funny happening in this film. For half the film, there's not much.
It wasn't funny. I didn't find it funny.
No, and so like it does get a bit funnier. But it's well anyway. They couldn't really understand like the like subtlety of this sort of like black comedy sort of thing, and they're like, "Oh, well, this is shit," and that. And I was thinking, yeah, it's a little bit shit, but I was thinking, yeah, I can see where they're trying to go. You know, like Curb Your Enthusiasm, where some of it's not all that funny, but then it's setting up. So,
well, I remember Christopher Walken was the funniest character in that movie, from what I remember seeing of it.
Right. Did you ever see Balls of Fury?
Yeah, Balls of Fury was funny.
Oh, here's one here. I got one more oddball one because I was looking up some of the other movies he was in. You guys all remember The Big Lebowski, right?
Yeah.
All right. So do you remember the one character that they were bowling against? His name was the Jesus.
John Turturro.
Yeah, the Jesus. You know, in 2019 they did a movie that Christopher Walken is credited to be in the Jesus roles.
Don't Mess with the Jesus was the remake. It was him getting out of jail, I think it was a prequel for Big Lebowski. John Turturro's character, the Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I didn't see that one.
Christopher Walken, I think, was in the beginning of that movie. I saw like maybe the first 20 minutes or half hour of that movie.
What, the Jesus rolls?
That's what it is. The Jesus rolls. Okay.
I'm thinking of a film. I think it's somewhat to do with escaping, like
New York.
Africa or something like that. But I can't remember if it is him or not. But, yeah, one of the films where I think I saw him on the cover. I'm thinking, oh yeah, that looked good, but I don't think I ever saw the film. So
Yeah, Dead Zone was good.
yeah.
Joe's Atmosphere. I did like the Dead Zone. I have only seen it once, but I did like it. Maybe I'll have to do that one in the future. This part in Pulp Fiction was Pulp Fiction and fucking True Romance. He fucking stole the show in True Romance.
He was in Last Man Standing and Wayne's World 2 also.
Yeah, I remember him. He was the one who was trying to marry Tia Carrera in fucking Wayne's World 2. That's right.
You must
I
start
forgot
with
about
Boy
that.
D.
He was in Batman Returns. He's the fucking the guy the Penguin's bribing.
Yeah, they're like
Max
lawyer
Shrek.
who's like at the end surprised that Bruce Wayne is dressed up as Batman. And then Catwoman says, "Oh, he is Batman," and then electrocutes him with a kiss and
her eighth life.
Yeah, a big cookie power, electric power grid that's been broken.
Yep, and Max Shrek is the name of the actor who played Count Orloff in Nosferatu, and they were watching Nosferatu in this film.
Maybe he has a really fond connection to Nosferatu. Maybe that's the guy, maybe that's who influenced him as an actor.
Oh, there's another one. Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead.
I remember that movie. That was around the time where so many movies after Pulp Fiction were trying to be Pulp Fiction.
That's the one with Mr. Hush, right?
It was Andy Garcia, I think.
No. Oh shit! Is it Schneider? No. The one guy plays Mr. Hush. He's the one that shoots people in the ass.
I don't know who Mr. Hush is.
I'm pretty
sure that was this movie. The guy's name was Mr. Hush.
What's the film called, Tommy?
Things to do in Denver When You're Dead. It's a really long, stupid name for a movie. Andy Garcia is in it. Treat Williams is in it.
Do when you're in Denver.
No, Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead.
Oh, yeah. I've got it. Yeah, it's thinking.
There was a movie. There was that movie, and then there was this other fucking movie called 2 Days in the Valley. That was it was trying to be like a Pulp Fiction type movie.
But yeah, I'm sharing it.
Oh, was it non-linear?
No, I'm just talking about
Steve Buscemi. Steve Buscemi plays Mr. It's not Hush, Mr. Shh. That's what it is, Mr. Shh.
Mr. Shh. Okay.
Yeah, and he gives what he calls people buckwheats, means he shoots them.
Yeah, buckwheats is when you shoot someone in the ass. But yeah, I remember Andy Garcia was the main. I've seen this movie once a long time ago.
Show these things.
Yeah, don't play a clip. Go to
No, I'm bringing up some images. Oh. Is that abuse? Yeah. That's him shooting anyone with the ass. Buckwheat. Yeah. What?
Yeah, Steve Buscemi is also in this movie. Fucking King of New York. He has the bittest of bit parts I've ever seen Steve Buscemi in.
Yeah, he was in and out.
No, I only remember him towards the beginning, and that was pretty much it, wasn't it?
I think he might have made it to the middle. I don't even know if he's one of the people who got killed in the raid, the vigilante raid. I couldn't even tell who was getting killed in the vigilante raid because the whole shit was in the dark.
Yeah, it was quite a bit of a dark lit film because it was happening at night time, which
all the action went down at night.
yeah, which is like quite hard to make it look realistic. While
it looked good though. I thought the movie
looked great.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about lighting it though. Like it's hard to when it's going to be in a dark place, it's hard to get that lighting to make it look like you're not just lighting it up. It's like, well,
yeah, you got they had the blue where everyone looked blue. They had the light going on where everybody looked blue.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So like they have to use like the lighting source from like places that would be natural in that situation, and so it's hard to get lighting in that. Usually, if you can't do like good fight scenes in that, you usually film it in the dark. So like, the action was good in this, though, even though most of it was in the dark.
Most of it also was gunplay. There wasn't really too much fisticuffs in this movie. It was all the action was gunplay and car chases.
Yeah, car crashes and that.
That car chase was fucking awesome, by the way.
Yeah. Because it was like the first time I've seen it in that. So I saw the action in that, but because it being dark, I couldn't see it. But it's one of them where when you watch it again, you just turn up the contrast or something, and then it's like, oh yeah, I can see a bit better now.
What's up, Parrot Head? How you doing?
What up, Parrot?
Hey, Parrot.
Joker Pig's taking the rest of the night off.
Yeah, because at the end, mood lit though, wasn't it? It was like a 19.
Yeah. Also, when they're in the hideout too, when they get raided by the cops. All right, the cops keep trying to arrest all of them, and boom, they're out in like fucking 5 seconds, it seems. And it's because Christopher Walken is taking a shine to fucking the counselor, who's all of a sudden she's a criminal, and she's like, he's like, oh, Christopher Walken's banging me good. I think I'm gonna represent him, and for every single thing him and his crew fucking does.
Yeah, it's fucking all.
Yeah, but he tells her that people are judged by the company they keep, which is funny.
Yeah, and then right afterwards, he tells her he wants to take her on the subway. Next thing you know, he's grabbing her titties on the subway.
Yeah.
Yeah, in front of like fucking two like dudes who I thought there was gonna be robbing him, but
three dudes come into the train car to rob him. This motherfucker got something in his hand. I couldn't tell if it was a knife or whatever, because he had it behind his back. I couldn't see what he was holding, but they take her purse and fucking Christopher Walken and go, hey. And he flashes his piece. And then all of a sudden they're like shitting their pants.
Yeah, this made me think they had a knife instead.
And then that's what I was saying. Like, he's like, come by the plaza if you want to work for me. It's like, it doesn't matter if you're trying to rob him or if you're trying to fucking compete against him. He's going to have you work for him, it seems.
Yeah, and he just tosses him like a wad of cash.
Oh, was Lawrence Fishburne supposed to be a cop in this? I imagine he was supposed to play Wesley Snipes' role.
Oh, maybe.
But Larry was also good in this. I definitely liked his time on screen.
I know, he made me hungry a couple times.
Yeah,
he was a real prick at the restaurant.
He wants his food and he wants it now.
The man could eat 15 pieces of chicken, 6 pieces of
I
corn.
don't think all that food was for him because he did roll up in the fucking, the car full of people.
Limo.
The other goons. I also noticed that whenever Frank White is going to these events, Jimmy Jump, fucking Larry Fishburne, he's not there. He's not suit and tied up at these events. I wonder why. He might be calling the guy on stage singing a motherfucker.
No,
Yeah,
Jimmy dresses one way.
Get me 15 pieces of chicken, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, because you was like giving him shit for like playing for a gangster, but I was like, well, gig's a gig, you know.
No, I'm not giving him shit. He was great in this. I applaud him for this.
I was totally enthralled with his performance. And it was so captivating that midway through the movie, I had to mute my mic and make myself some chicken nuggets.
Right?
And 8 pieces of corn.
And some ribs.
No, I seriously did go make chicken nuggets in the middle of the movie.
My parrot says he was supposed to be a different crook. So I wonder who was supposed to play his role. What's up, Courtney? How you doing?
Hey, Courtney.
What up?
Yeah, got it.
I don't know. Maybe he's supposed to be Paul.
See, RR, I disagree with you because that stupid movie Predators, I couldn't stand him in that movie. Well, I didn't like that movie regardless, but
I didn't mind that movie. It was definitely the weaker out of the Predator movies, but it wasn't the weakest. That is solely reserved for the Predator.
The Predator. I was going to say the Predator or Prey. Which one? Which one is worth it? Did you see Prey?
Well, I seen some of Prey, and I fell asleep. It was so boring. So I can't say for sure, but probably Prey is the worst. It was so stupid. And, for all the people who said that shit wasn't agenda ridden, for what I seen of it, I don't know what the hell they're talking about because that damn thing is 100% agenda ridden.
Really?
Place.
Because I heard people saying it was actually not as bad as we expected.
Oh, you watched the Barbie movie, Darius.
I haven't seen that movie.
Oh, wow.
No. What you meant to say is you haven't seen it twice.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely haven't seen it twice.
No, Darius was only going to see it if Margot Robbie was going to be next to him, giving him a hand job in the theater, right?
Right. Yeah. Through the popcorn
I
bucket.
thought you said your lass and mother went to go see it.
They did.
And they didn't talk to you about it. You didn't ask them what it was like.
Did she eyeball you for like a week after?
No. She's not like me. She's not talkative and descriptive like me. She just said she liked it, and that's it. That's all I'm gonna get. So, no, I didn't get any description of the movie.
You probably just didn't see the stink eye. That's what it was when you turned back. When she was giving you the stink eye.
For what? For seeing it or not seeing it?
No, because it's supposed to be, from what I understand, it's supposed to be riddled with all kinds of feminist, man-hating tropes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, she's not gonna feel any differently than she normally would after watching a movie.
Okay, when you wake up in a cold sweat one night and you're wondering why, and she's sitting there with a pair of scissors, just remember, she's seen the Barbie movie.
No, she's gonna Ken doll me.
Yeah, well, hey,
like Lorena Bobbitt.
Yeah, she's got you like fucking letting her go see the Barbie movie. So
before this turns into before this goes into a sidetrack about the fucking Barbie movie again. God damn, get this talk off my fucking channel, please.
We can talk about Star Wars.
Come on, bro. Come on, Slasher, bro.
Okay,
let's talk about that movie, Slasher. You've seen it, right?
All right, Tom Possible.
Oh.
God damn, no, fuck. I really hope the strike goes on. Oh my God, what are they gonna do if the strike keeps going on during the Oscars? Like, what are they? Is every single?
We're gonna AI the whole thing.
I'm gonna say, is every single actor gonna come up on the stage and be like, "Give me money"? First of all, how are some of these actors? I never understood this about these Hollywood actors, right? So they get millions of dollars, millions and millions and millions, and some of them last for like 30, 40 years in Hollywood, right? How are some of these motherfuckers not billionaires themselves by now? And like, if you've been in Hollywood since 1979, you don't think that you like, what did you spend your money on?
They're blowing that money left and right. I mean,
Too much
from what
cocaine and fucking
well,
plane trips to Epstein
Yeah.
Island?
well, a
And
lot
worse
of
than
these
it.
damn actors, they go to these high ball end events where they're paying $1,000+ a plate of food.
Yeah. And they'll be wasting it on like VIP trips to go see like Marvels too.
Okay, but also, do you know about when they go to these fucking award shows, right? They get swag bags, and this shit has fucking little trinkets in the bag that are worth thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah, but I
These
think
these people also get shit handed to them for free.
yeah, but
They don't pay for everything. They get a lot of stuff for free or for cutoffs because people are star fuckers and people that
Yeah,
deal
but-
with them financially. People
Yeah,
that
but
deal
then-
with them financially will give them deals on shit.
yeah, but then they've got to like pay for like all the security and like big like posh places that like they won't let like normal people go in and all that. So it's one of them where you earn big money, but sometimes you have to spend it. But talking about the Barbie movie, if my woman,
No.
Last thing though,
No Barbie movie talk. No, stop.
No, Slasher is the king of New York.
Yo,
movies.
Yen's possible. Yo, Yen's possible. I don't want to
No.
hear it.
I'm just saying, if my woman went to go see the Barbie movie, she better be good at cleaning and like and like cooking.
And being an astronaut.
Yeah, well, if you don't clean the pots and cook me dinner, she ain't gonna go see the Barbie movie. That's all I'm saying.
Well, if you were a real man, you wouldn't let no bird go out to see the Barbie movie to begin with. You sweet fuck.
No, but like Darius knows,
If you let her go wherever she wants and do what she wants, then you're a soy nerd.
Yeah, you gotta do like Macho Man, fucking throw
No.
Elizabeth in the fucking locked room. Like,
Yeah,
you're
but-
not getting out till I let you out.
no, because Darius knows that good-looking women are usually dumb and will go see the Barbie movie. So, if you got a good-looking bed, you got to go let her go see the Barbie movie. Or she's one of them beds, or she's either going to love the Barbie movie or she's going to hate the Barbie movie. But yeah,
Why? Right? I hate the Barbie movie, and I've never seen it, and I never will. Just because of the talk about it. I'm so
well,
tired.
it's
I don't
bad.
want to hear it anymore. Jens,
Yeah, well,
stop.
yeah.
Jens. Please. You might as well fucking talk about that fucking Halle Berry Catwoman movie. God damn it. Like, you talk
Or
about
the-
shit that I don't
Or
want to
the Buffy the Vampire Slayer box set. Which I don't own either.
I'm just saying, there's crazy, fucked up, good-looking bears that, like, sometimes you gotta let them do some crazy shit. As long as it's not fucking like sucking off another bloke or something where you're like getting cocked. But
yeah, or I agree. The first two Predators are the only good ones. Everything after Predator 2 is shit. All right,
like Terminator.
I didn't. All right, Alien versus Predator, the first one. I'll give it a. I didn't think it was horrible, but I didn't think it was great. But that second one, I couldn't.
They missed the mark with Alien versus Predator. I mean, they had the comic right there that they could have went with that story instead of what they did go with, and it would have been 10 times better.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
know
it
how
works as a comic. Like, it makes more sense as a comic. Like, Ridley Scott decided to reboot it. Reboot Alien with Prometheus.
It was a comic. Alien
but it
versus
works
Predator
as a comic.
started out as a comic.
yeah, well, Yeah, well, the comic was done by somebody, or they'd had to give like fucking a
Dark
percentage.
Horse. Dark Horse Comics did the Alien vs
Yeah,
Predator.
yeah, but like some like writers would have like come up with a storyline at Dark Horse, and so they'd have had to have got paid for using their storyline, and so that's why they always like do try and reboot it and that, so they can have all the money to themselves.
Oh, royalties. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ridley said that Alien versus Predator doesn't make any sense. He's like, you can't do that. So that's why he did Prometheus.
Epstein was a good predator.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna make a joke about how Tommy didn't like Predators, but yeah.
I didn't like it either.
Well,
First of all, if you put
double
Topher Grace in a movie, I'm not gonna like it because I don't like Topher Grace. That motherfucker ruined Spider-Man 3.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't the only thing, but yeah, he was not Eddie Brock.
Hell fucking no. Topher Grace's Venom. Oh, take my fucking money, please. Fuck out of here. All right, also this movie, King of New York, fucking David Caruso as a tough guy. Fucking David Caruso, man. David Caruso looks like Howdy Doody came to fucking real life. David Caruso is not intimidating. He's not a tough guy.
Yeah. Well, Darius pointed out it looked like Rick Ashley.
Yeah, he does look like fucking.
Yeah, he kind of almost looks like Jim Carrey a little bit.
The only way Caruso works as like a semi-tough guy is like on one of the syndicated shows like Renegade, kind of, maybe almost.
Like he was better as the sheriff in First Blood. Be like, oh, we shouldn't be chasing. He was much better in that type of role.
The little pussy cunt that doesn't want to fucking harass a fucking Vietnam vet.
Well, all right. Also, he's the one who was like when they were fucking about to shave him. He's like, can't you see there's something wrong with this guy? He's the only one. He's like the only one who saw something in this guy. Everyone else was trying to be macho tough guy to Rambo.
I know exactly. He's the pussy bitch who thought he could cancel fucking Rambo, even though it would have worked, but it would have been a shit film though, wouldn't it? Rambo.
Yeah.
While fucking thing is saying to him, "Oh yeah, they're not too bad. They just don't like fucking you vets around here." Oh,
yeah, David Caruso. He's also part of the star-studded cast of this movie. Star-studded cast. This fucking guy, fucking David Caruso. He tried to do like what Shelley Long did when she left Cheers. She was like, "I'm gonna leave a successful show and I'm gonna conquer Hollywood." Yeah, he conquered Hollywood, all right. And then he ended up crawling back to one of those fucking CSI shows years later.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, you're not a leading man. I'm sorry.
Who are you? We don't know because it's a John Doe.
David Caruso won't get fooled again.
Yeah, who are you though? Because won't get fooled again. What's that all about? That's more like the victim, like, oh yeah, well, I got killed tonight, but I won't get fooled again. Who are you is the better one. And if you was gonna fucking do another Who song, you do the Seeker, even though it's
searching low and high.
Yeah, it's mainly he's searching spiritually, but like you just don't put it's like searching low and high for dead bodies.
Right, yeah, it makes more sense for CSI than Won't Get Fooled Again.
The Seeker's better because then you're seeking for the identity of the dead body.
Yeah, no, that checks out. It makes sense. But
Walken
won't get fooled again. That's for sure.
When they're giving he's giving his speech to rile them up as vigilantes because they keep trying to arrest him and Lawrence Fishburne left and right and they can't. Like he's like, I protect this city. You protect this city. You protect the city. No, get me the fuck out of the city if I'm supposed to depend on you, David Caruso. You little ginger fuck. You little fucking imp.
Okay. Unwanted fucking redhead stepchild.
Like, I'm not a big guy at all, but I think I could fucking throw David Caruso across the room like a fucking dart. I don't know. Just
Yeah, but he's never gonna give you up, and he's never gonna let you down. Yeah, but they do all want to go Dirty Harry on Walken later on.
I'll be like, get the fuck out of here, Shermanator.
Yeah, but
Motherfucker.
didn't they try and go all mental on him before you started dancing?
well, yeah, they also driving around with a dead body in their trunk, like way before the vigilante raid. They're driving around with a dead body in their trunk and pull Christopher Walken out of the fucking whatever socialite fucking meeting he's at. Where he's talking to Farhead dude. Is this where he's talking to Farhead dude about the hospital? Or is that later on? No, later on was when he's talking about the hospital.
I'm pretty sure that guy was a deep fake.
This how you do things? That was his line after he saw the body when they popped the truck.
Yeah, they're gonna have some explaining to do to the coroner, right? They're driving around with this dead body in their trunk.
I mean, when they go back to the police station and the mechanics have to service the car.
So wouldn't you think that these guys were already into vigilante type they would already be on that.
Yeah, they were already like full on Big Mackey.
And but when they raid the place, they like make it look like a rival gang. All right, so that guy shooting the dude out front, I guess, was part of a rival gang that they hired to shoot that dude in the front. All right, remember they bring him into the fucking crack house?
Mhm.
Am I the place where they're playing Am I Black Enough?
Yeah,
It looks like a fancy crack. I would say it looks like a fancy crack house.
I thought it was just an abandoned building where they were throwing a party.
That's what I'm saying. It looks like a fancy crack house because they got a bar and everything. There's a fucking bar in there.
That bare brick wall. It was like a fashion statement.
There's a bar in there.
Yeah, it looked kind of Gilded Age, kind of like the old abandoned train station, Detroit. It looked like that era of construction.
Bears were getting the tits out. It must have been.
Yeah, a lot of small titties in this movie. A lot of tiny titties in this movie.
Well, that's the way he liked it.
Yeah. I didn't mind them because
He doesn't like the titties to be too big anymore.
I didn't mind them. I thought
a handful.
They were passable. They was like small, but at least there was.
Or
tits.
a mouthful.
Yeah,
It's a waste.
Yeah, because luckily you, Darius, because I would have missed them, but you was like, oh yeah, there's some nice titties. I was like, all right.
Oh yeah, well, it's just a bro reaction, you know. When you see him, you gotta say something. Titties.
Well, DBS liked he liked the rib cage on the first set of titties we saw.
I took that as sarcasm.
I like a woman who doesn't eat.
Bone is for the dog. Meat is for the man.
Yeah, there was on the verge of looking anorexic, but still had titties. There's probably 80s supermodels where you look at
No, that woman was in a lot of movies actually. The woman, the woman he was fucking on the subway, Teresa Russell. That woman's been a lot of movies. I've seen this woman as like a bit part in a lot of movies.
I'd film a movie with her at home.
Her tailbone, when doggy style. I like crashing into that hard tailbone. Starving.
Yeah, those
got no cushion.
The cops weren't corrupt. I wouldn't say the cops were corrupt because they didn't accept any money for anything. They were just fed up with having to take this guy. They were very upset that all these drug dealers and have a go in Parrot Head.
Yeah, Parrot.
No, I don't know. I think there is something to be said about it. I mean, why would they be so upset about all these other gangsters and everything being taken out unless they were getting a cut of something somehow?
Yeah, but like they didn't give any implication that they were. They seemed
or they wanted to make the arrest.
They seemed to be all about justice. You know, they didn't.
Yeah.
Well, The thing is when two gangs go against each other and start taking each other out, there is gonna be innocent bystanders that will get.
Yes, people caught in the crossfire.
Yeah, and so
That's true. But they
that's
also
why,
want the busts. Like they want the credit for the arrest, right? It looks really good for them when they put a big criminal behind bars.
You know, also it looks better on your resume when you don't kill someone and you just arrest them.
well, you're right.
No, I don't
You're
know.
saying-
I would
you're
think that
saying,
they're
like-
doing a service there because they're taking,
I would say so-
they're
I would
taking
say
the
so.
burden from the taxpayers away by getting rid of them.
I would say so too, but I'm saying like a cop doesn't want to have to fucking actually. Well, I don't know about all cops, but there are cops who don't want to have to kill people. You know, what I'm saying? Especially in these movies we watch, the cops want to be noble. They want to be Batman. You know what I'm saying? Like how Batman will rather bring someone. Batman would rather bring someone to Arkham Asylum than kill them.
It's not about having a code. It's the fucking law. You can't go killing motherfuckers.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
but
Yeah. You can't. You did. That is true. It's.
So
Yeah.
you're judge,
it was
jury,
like the 80s,
executioner.
and so like I think the cops will probably bought out some of them, and some of them who aren't bought out, they're just like fucking trying like earn their paycheck by like trying to arrest but criminals. Oh,
You know what though? I'm going to have to counter you, DBS, because you absolutely can kill people and get away with it.
Wait, when oh yeah, you pull the trigger as soon as you hear action.
yeah, you can kill one person and injure another person in the shoulder.
Yeah.
Was that vigilante justice?
No, that was some kind of
Method acting.
The gunshot itself. You say the gunshot itself, huh?
I mean, Brandon Lee did it.
No, Brandon Lee's story was a lot more fucked up than that.
And this was 100% Splenda. I have the proof. The Splenda was being taken by aliens who are under the influence of MAGA supporters.
There were supposed to be blanks if it loaded in this magazine.
The Brandon Lee thing, it was something that there was something in the barrel. There was something caught in the barrel that the blank forced out.
Yeah.
Clean
The gun hadn't been cleared, and I think it was like a bit of the bullet, a blank bullet that had been shot beforehand. And
it's not really a blank; it's actually like a plastic cartridge. It was probably part of the plastic cartridge from the previous blank that got jammed into the chamber.
Yeah. Well, there was some like had jammed in the chamber and it hadn't been cleared out properly, which you're supposed to do. And that is the official story.
But you know, there's like also the conspiracy theories going on.
Well,
everything has a conspiracy theory behind it. So.
I mean, I doubt that he would have pissed off enough people who wanted him dead to orchestrate an accident that elaborate. I think it was just a tragedy.
Yeah, but Darius, they say it's not Brandon Lee. It was his dad who had this sort of case. So
call it a curse. He might have been taken out.
His dad had pissed off the Chinese government.
Yeah, I'm much more likely to believe that Bruce was assassinated, like Jimi Hendrix or something. Oh well, so what a tragedy. But I think Brandon really was an accident and a tragedy.
Well, Bruce Lee had his sweat glands removed, and that might have contributed that with all the smoking and other shit he was doing.
No, you can have your sweat glands removed.
Yes.
Yeah.
I Didn't know you could do that.
Not recommended because that's how you get rid of all the toxins and shit out of your body.
He
did it. He did it because when he was like doing action scenes and that, obviously he had to do more than like one take and that, and so he would be sweating a bit, and so to make it look like he wasn't sweating on screen, he had his sweat glands removed.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
Well, I mean, it's not only that, but the minute you take out your sweat glands, you can't sweat when you overheat. That's what happens. Your body just starts overheating because it has no way to cool itself anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we could pant like a dog, you know, we fucking take our tongue out.
How old was he?
34, I think.
Bruce.
Oh my God.
Fucking Lee. Let's see. Google.
Yeah.
He's younger than all
And
of us.
Brandon Lee was younger when he got killed, right?
Yeah, I think Brandon Lee was like 28 or something.
Oh, 27 Club?
Fucking Lee.
No, 28.
28 Club.
I think it was, or it might have been 20. I know, like, late 20s, Brandon Lee, early 30s, Bruce Lee.
And
age 32 when he died.
Brandon Lee was 28. I looked up Brandon Lee. You looked up Bruce Lee?
Brandon motherfucking Lee.
Yeah, Brandon Lee was 28 when he died.
He was the original dude that got shot.
That's why you always clean your barrel after you finish.
I think the movie industry, like, have the rubber guns, like they're all rubber, and if there's any shooting in the fucking movie, CGI that shit.
I don't know, man. I was a big fan of Squibs, bro. Squibs always. Now we get CGI. Squibs used to be awesome. Now we get CGI.
CGI has become a crutch. It's overdone and it can't do everything. Yeah. And you can always spot it.
Well, the thing with blanks is they're not all that dangerous from a distance. It's only when you get like close up, like
yeah.
I don't know what, but I think it's around about 6 foot sort of thing. I think when you get any, or it could be 10 foot. It's not like a distance, but once you get past that distance.
Well, we saw in this movie there were squibs used.
Yeah,
I'm
there were.
talking about blanks. Yeah,
I'm talking about squibs on the fucking on your person that are supposed to explode and look like you're getting shot.
Yeah.
They did a good job with that in this movie.
I don't think squibs has killed anyone, but I know like they'll give people.
No, not squibs.
They don't give people injuries because
because they explode. Yeah,
they explode.
And
so, some people have like been bruised and that.
Like, do they use squibs in movies anymore? I don't even know if they fucking do. Probably just all CGI.
No, probably in like the action films, like I sort of been watching sort of recently, where like they're straight to like VHS or straight to DVD sort of stuff. But it's all good action films, like and straight to like streaming, like Extraction 2.
Squibs are cheaper than CGI.
They were using CGI and Extraction 2.
Yeah, they use CGI, but I think they'll use squibs and all because
squibs are.
It's like a combo. It was like a mix.
Yeah. Because I know definitely where in Extraction 1 there was a lot of sort of like old school sort of like stuntman work and all that, but then there'd just CGI where they'd move the mats and then like join it up, you know, sort of like stuff. But,
does it look good though?
Oh yeah, well that's because like number 2. That's like
joining mats with CGI is different than like making a person or an animal or trying to do like a practical effect like a squib. I mean, you guys already know how I feel about CGI overuse, but if you could do it practical, you should, especially if it's like something contact between actors and something that needs to be real. You know, like Jurassic Park would not have worked if every shot of dinosaurs was CGI, only the distant ones. But when it was close up, they built an animatronic puppet.
Yeah. Well, like with squibs, I think they do like to use squibs if it's like close up, and so they want the blood to get spurted onto
They
other
want it
people.
to, but they also want it to look like an actual gunshot. They don't want someone to slap a ketchup packet on their fucking chest and be like, "Oh, I've been shot."
Yeah, but even a ketchup packet, when it comes to blood, like even a ketchup packet probably looks better than CGI. It just doesn't look.
No,
CGI,
well,
it
CGI,
doesn't look
CGI
right.
stuff, yeah. How did they get worse with CGI through the years? That's what
Because they
I'm
use it
still
well.
amazed how they get worse with CGI. How did
They're
you make
impatient.
that happen?
It's because they're using the made in China CGI.
It seems that way.
Yeah, well, and because they're rushing it, they don't want to take the time to let the animators do more passes. They want to buy newer, faster computers and hire more animators.
Fucking Terminator 2
doesn't
made
work.
us all think like, oh, this is the shit. Terminator 2 was the first one I remember that was like, it was the major thing, was the CGI in it. I'm sure there was stuff before it, but that was the first major one where it brought CGI to the forefront. And
Right,
it got
but they only
worse
used
through
it.
the years. It got
But-
worse through the years.
Yeah, fucking
I just watched that
Sharknado.
movie again too. They only used CGI in Terminator 2 for the T-1000 transformation
Yeah.
shots.
Yeah.
Everything else was practical. All the stunts,
Yeah.
all the explosions.
Yeah.
And it looks good and it feels real.
It's,
Well,
nowadays it's Sharknado CGI and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, some people would say, not me, but some people would say they're letting women do CGI.
Oh my God. Hey, do you guys remember when the T-1000 gets frozen and shattered and then it starts to melt again and comes back together? That wasn't CGI when it was like melting back together. That I'm pretty sure that was gallium or something because it melts at room temperature. And that was just a real shot of real metal turning from solid to liquid and then blooping together. That was all practical.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah, it was
like
real.
One scene though, but most of the thing it was CGI.
Well, yeah, the transformation. Anytime it's turning into something, when he starts to rise back
when
up out of the puddle, that's CGI.
When he's part of the floor in the
yeah.
But yeah, it's when he gets frozen, and then Arnie's like, "Hasta la vista, baby," and he shoots him, and he shatters into little bits.
Then the shatter was practical too.
Yeah, and then them little bits where Darius is saying they just had like metal bits and that they melted, and then they like did the floor, so they like made it look like it was like, and then once it all
and then they come together,
got into a little pool. That's when like CGI'd it to make it look like it all came together.
I think when the droplets. So I think from the shattering was practical, and the shards like melting was real. It's probably gallium, something that melts at a reasonable temperature, like room temperature. It's easy to do. And then I think they did some kind of camera trick where they could make them all slide together into the pool or into the puddle. I think that was practical too. And then when he starts rising up and forming into the T-1000 again is CGI.
Yeah.
I just watched it twice in the last week, so
that's fresh. What I said. Like move the like floor, I think, or something. You know, like just like you would if you had like water on a table. You just move it so it rolls down.
What I was talking about when he's part of the floor is, I mean, like when he's in the hospital and he's he's creeping up on he's creeping up on the guard. Yeah, when he's actually in the floor.
Like gets a cup of coffee that he wins.
And then spikes around and then spikes through the fucking face.
Yeah, right through his coffee cup and all, which was just for dramatic effect, wasn't it? Because he could have easily like gone underneath the coffee cup.
All right, I also didn't understand Terminator 2. They're like, all right, when John Connor asked Arnie, he's like, why can't he transform himself into a bomb or something? Like he's like, he only has explosive weapons. So this mean every time he kills the cop, the gun, he takes the belt off the cop?
Yeah. He apparently he can't do
he can't do projectile weapons. He has to do blades and shit.
Right.
Yeah,
Because he can't form complex internal moving parts. So when he turns into a person, there's no organs inside. It's all just metal inside when he does it.
Also, wouldn't Skynet just save a lot of problems if they just turned all these Terminators into bombs? If they turned them into kamikaze bombs, they would.
Well, yeah,
they would have
but now
saved a
you're
lot
asking
of time.
the Last Jedi question. Kamikaze, light speed. Oh yeah, just all kamikaze Terminators. Yeah, just when they get close to John Connor, just boom. Yeah, sure,
exactly.
Sure.
Like that would have made more. So like Skynet wasn't thinking that. Like if Skynet, because
the Terminator's not coming back anyway.
Since Skynet is so hell bent on eliminating humanity, why not take out as many people as you fucking can at one point?
Well,
a bomb is a lot more fucking effective than a fucking machine gun.
Yeah. Well, I think it's because they have to confirm the identity of the.
Well, they also have to make the storyline too.
Yeah.
But also remember in the first one, he's going after Sarah Connor, but he doesn't know which one it is, so he has to kill them all systematically, right? Yeah. And just to make sure, even when he thinks he killed Sarah Connor, he realizes it's Ginger because Sarah calls her own answering machine. So. He wants to be sure. So yeah, it is a one-way ticket. The Terminator's not going back to the future. It's staying, and when it's done, then it's got nothing else to do. But it has to be thorough. It has to make sure it definitely terminates the target and confirms the kill.
I'm just saying Skynet should just make kamikaze Terminators.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, but they can only send one at a time.
Jihad Terminators.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Right? You would you won't have too much of a fucking rebellion if you eliminate 150 people to 200 people at one time.
Or just a nuke in his belly.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it have ended the Terminator 1 because when
that's what I was saying. Like, so you gotta come up with these rules for storyline's sake.
Yeah, well, but if they nuked like Los Angeles in the first one just to get rid of Sarah Connor, that's also where the Cyberdyne lab is. So it would have prevented Skynet from existing as well.
That's true. All right, so you don't have such fucking high radius bombs, though. You know what I'm saying?
I think Cameron thought about it enough for the first movie. Like it wasn't too complicated, but it kind of checked out.
Well, if the fucking Terminator
but I'm actually coming up with more effective ways for Skynet to eliminate humanity. I don't think I should talk about this anymore.
Well, if the Terminator in Terminator 1, instead of having an Uzi pointed at Sarah Connor in the nightclub, he'd have just had a fucking explosive vest.
Yeah.
He'd have took out Sarah Connor and Carl Reese.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but he couldn't be 100% sure that Sarah Connor was the correct one.
But he still would have got Reese, though. He still would have got Reese.
He would have got Reese, but that doesn't guarantee that that one of the other Sarah Connors down the list on the white pages wasn't the correct one, and that she wouldn't have survived and had John Connor, and then nothing would have changed. Because maybe he wasn't the right one.
How did Skynet not have a picture of Sarah Connor? I'm wondering.
Yeah, well, because all the records were destroyed after the war. Remember, Kyle Reese tells her that. I just watched that movie again too. Okay. Yeah, he's like he's like nobody knows your we didn't have your address, and we didn't know what you look. Nobody knew what you looked like except me because I had a photograph given to me by John. That was the only photograph in existence.
That's true. Yeah, that's right.
And it got burned by Franco Columbu.
How the fuck did I get into a Terminator conversation? I'm lost.
I was gonna say Christopher Walken's real name. You know his real name?
It's not Christopher Walken?
No.
Yeah, Christopher Walken's real name.
I just read this. I forgot.
That's his movie name.
Ronald
Walken.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I see it now. Yeah.
He's half Scottish and half German.
So, right, and some actress that he worked with told him he looked like more of a Christopher, and he just went with it.
And I see this picture of him now, and he looks the way he did in fucking Batman Returns with that weird fucking haircut.
Max Shrek. Yeah. He had that same haircut in Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when he actually had a head.
Is it worth watching? Do you think I would like Sleepy Hollow? Should I watch it?
On the one hand, I did fall asleep watching it. However, bringing it up again makes me want to finish it as soon as we get off the stream
You
here.
haven't
So
seen Sleepy Hollow?
Yeah,
Nope.
I reckon you'll
No, I
like
haven't
it,
seen it.
Sasha, because it's like a horror film and it's a bit.
Yeah, I'm not major. I'm not like
So you like it.
horror movies aren't my major number
it's
one.
Tim Burton.
Palpatine is in the movie.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah?
he is.
Yeah.
Yep. He
It's
doesn't
a
look
bit
as
like-
wrinkly.
And Palpatine was fucking the whore of the town.
It's a bit like a horror film for a bear, though, because it's like
Because
not
it's
a
Tim
lot.
Burton, right?
And
So
Christopher Walken
like,
is
it's not all that gruesome. I
scary
hadn't
at
seen
the end.
it, but like it's one of them films where most of the suspense is, I think, like you see like a horseless headman in that, so it's like shadows or whatever, and then you see like people. It's a horseless headman, and so there's no blood or
Oh,
gore.
wait, all right, not horseless.
It's like the most
headman.
horrifying
Headless
thing.
Horseman. Yeah,
Not
it's a little bit X Filesy
A
because
horseless headman.
it's a little X Filesy because Ichabod is like this detective in the city who's like a total skeptic, and he believes in all the new scientific methods of like forensics and stuff. And so the judge sends him out to Judge Christopher Lee sends him out into
Christopher Lee's in it too.
Yep.
Yes.
And I think it's New York City.
Nuku.
And so Judge Christopher Lee sends him out to bumblefuck New York.
Judge Christopher Lee.
yeah.
Where yeah, exactly. He
Well,
sends him out.
Superman's a judge in this.
Well, no,
Christopher Lee.
Hey, is Principal Mooney in it too?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
And he sends it to
Dracula is a judge in this.
No, Rooney from Ferris Bueller.
No, Christopher Lee. Yeah, Christopher Lee was Dracula.
Yeah.
It's an all-star
We were
cast,
talking about
dude.
Rooney last week.
Those fucking
Dude, it's an all-star cast. You need to watch that.
Yeah. He sends him out into the country to investigate these recent decapitations that have just begun. And Ichabod, like Scully, he doesn't want to believe it's supernatural, but all the country folk are like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, maybe around Halloween time, I'll fucking I'll do that
You
one.
won't be disappointed.
It's a great Halloween movie.
You won't be disappointed.
What chicks?
I mean, he has a jack-o'-lantern for a head, so
Yeah.
perfect.
But
No,
towards the end, Christopher Walken, he's really fucking scary.
That's kind of Christopher Walken in general, though.
Yeah, no, this is.
I don't think I would walk up to him if I saw him in the street and asked him
This is-
for an autograph.
you know,
I think I'd be like, I'd just be like far away, like, holy shit, that's Christopher Walken.
Okay.
I better walk fast.
Christopher Walken scary, right? But times 10, like up another level of scary.
Yeah, he's freaky.
Fucking-
Yeah, and it's violent. It's probably Tim Burton's second most violent film.
After what?
Oh, Sweeney Todd.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know if I could do Sweeney Todd. I know it's a fucking musical. I can't.
It is, but it's also bloody as fuck. I saw it in the theater.
Dude,
I don't know if
Sleepy
I could
Hollow
do Sweeney.
movie review.
The girl I went with covered her eyes.
Do you fancy your shave? Just sit down and I will shave you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And there's like cannibalism in it, but no, dude. The girl who went to the movie with me, she just kept looking away and covering her eyes. I'm like, come on, come on.
It's basically a true story though, so like.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Slash, you could do that as a movie review. It's not Christopher Walken.
Sweeney Todd or
No, the other one.
Sleepy Hollow. Yeah, I think
Hollow.
I'll do that. I'll do that around Halloween time.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect.
Yeah, Sleepy Hollow's well documented. There's photo evidence of the fucking. No, Sweeney Todd. Yeah, apparently, like what he'd do, and I think he was making fucking pork pies or something. So
Meat pies.
Yeah, I think he was making meat pies or something.
Mrs. Lovett's meat pies.
Yeah, out of the bodies, because he'd like say, oh yeah, you want to shave and that? Because he was a barber. And they'd be like, oh, yeah, go on then. And then whilst he was shaving, he just slit the throats.
Yep.
And he had some kind of fucking, what was it? Trapdoor sort of hinge set where the barber seat is. So then he just switched this sort of thing, and the body would just slide down. Then the chair would come back up like a fucking Bond villain fucking scene.
Yep, and then it would go down to Mrs. Lovett's meat pie shop, and she would dispose of the evidence into food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I could do Sweeney Todd. I can't do musical. I really can't.
I think it's a musical.
I think the only musical that I'd like is South Park, because that was definitely a fucking musical.
Oh,
Slash, I agree with you. Let's skip over this musical gay shit.
I see. I don't know if it
He's
goes
slitting throats and it's still gay.
Yeah, this musical.
Okay.
Even though he cuts heads off and whatever, but he sucked a cock. He sucked one cock. He's a cocksucker. He cut off 1,000 heads.
Well, you know, there was the rumor going around about Johnny Depp and Tim Burton's close relationship. You know?
Oh,
that shit.
I never even heard of that. Well, at least they weren't watching the Buffy box set of DVDs.
All right, King of New York, man. King of fucking New York. I'm fucking joking right now. Oh my God. How does this keep going into different movie conversation?
Mm-hmm. Well, it was boring fuck though, because like he did get fucking good at the end though. After like where we see fucking the party. And
I didn't think it was boring at all. I thought the cops pursuing him. I thought it was fucking awesome.
Maybe I missed it because all I was seeing like was Christopher Walken just talking to people and that. But I did probably miss a bit.
Well, also when Christopher Walken was talking to people, it's setting up the fucking storyline for everything that's going on. Like he goes into that first fucking big meet that the posh where the higher ups are, and the fucking he gets the counselor to fuck him on the train. We didn't see it that he was fucking her on the train, but I guess we assume that it ended up that way. Yeah, we assume that it ended up that way.
Oh, yeah.
And he also he's talking to Farhead dude and getting the hospital set up. He's getting a hospital set up, so the shit that he was talking about was setting up the storyline. But then when we get to the fucking there's multiple fucking scenes with gunplay in this. When they roll up into Chinatown and take out that guy, they surround them from both sides too, and they come out with 2 fucking barrels of heroin or whatever the fuck they're selling.
MSG
labeled. Yeah, all right, and then he's all right. Cut a little forward when he's in the crack house, the fancy crack house with the blue lighting, and it's the "Am I Black Enough" part.
Well, I think it was a black light, and so you've got this party where Frank White is actually the only white guy at the party, and it's lit with a black light. I don't know if anything was implied by that.
Now, everyone's partying their asses off, but he's just sitting there chilling. He's not moving at all. He's just sitting there. And he likes dancing too, because he danced a lot in this movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was a ballroom dancer or something. Could do the waltz.
Yeah, he's also dancing when his boys meet him in the beginning too. And there was another time he was dancing. Yeah, Christopher Walken is definitely an entertainer. So, all right. So he's getting arrested so many times, while the cops are pressing him so many times, and they arrest Lawrence Fishburne, and Lawrence Fishburne's out, and David Caruso is giving that fucking speech. 10 minutes. They're out in 10 minutes. And he's trying to rile the troops like Wesley Snipes and all. and that fucking guy that looks like the Thing. That fucking guy. The one who makes it to the end. Spoiler. David Caruso and Wesley Snipes die. Spoiler. That raid on the crack house, they start gunfire. That's where I guess where I'm going back into the squib conversation. There was quite a few squibs used in this scene because they're doing like when they're getting hit by the gunfire, they're doing these slow motion scenes where they're going backwards.
Yeah. Didn't one fly across the room? Are we talking about where the like orgy was going down?
Yep.
And like, why did that dude shoot that blonde bed? Oh,
Because he was in on the raid, I guess. Yeah, the Kim Basinger knockoff that was licking coke off his stomach, right?
yeah.
A trail of coke going up his stomach, and she's licking coke off it. And Christopher Walken walked through, like looked at her, and then she looked back at him, and then he just walked away.
Yeah.
And then when the raid happens, that's when this guy decided to fuck with Kim Basinger's stunt double.
Yeah, just shoots her, but then Christopher Walken just shoots in because he's didn't time it well. As in, he could have timed it like a minute before, a few seconds beforehand, and shot him before he shot that bear.
That raid on the fucking place was awesome. That shit was
Yeah.
that was one of the tops. That was probably the top scene of the movie because then it led into the car chase too.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, spoilers, someone gets fucking wraps around a fucking fire hose.
Hydrant.
Suzanne Martinez, hello.
Hello, Suzanne Martinez.
Suzanne Martinez.
Bringing you more viewers, Slasher.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
She likes Christopher Walken impressions. If you could do one.
Oh, you've been doing them all night.
Been doing them all night. Come on.
You're talking to my friend all wrong. It's the wrong tone.
Stab you in the face with a soldering iron.
You do it again. Tell me something. Does your mother sew? Pow! Get her to sew that.
5 long years with a watch up his ass.
I thought Grace Jones in A View to a Kill.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Jens, do your Christopher Walken impression.
Do a Christopher Walken impression of in being English.
With your no. Try to American it up. Try to Americanize the shit out of it, please. I've heard you try to do American voices, and it's awesome. It's fucking hilarious. It doesn't take much to do Christopher Walken. Come on. Come on.
All right, come on. Hey, I've heard Grace Jones in A View to a Kill.
Grace Jones had dark skin.
Jones.
Turn me on.
Interview to a Kill.
I wanted seconds. You understand? Yeah.
No, don't.
That's all I could do. Let me think of some more. Natalie Woods.
All right, let's not get into the Natalie Woods thing.
Yeah, he doesn't. He refuses to.
You're gonna add another fucking another hour to the stream, please.
Sorry.
I don't want to get into the Natalie Wood conversation.
I went a little dark.
Yeah, well, Susanna, she wants the cowbell.
What cowbell?
Oh,
I got a fever.
Got a fever.
the only cure.
And the only cure is more cowbell.
I put my pants on one leg at a time, like everyone else. except once my pants are on, I make gold records.
I nearly fucking drowned.
I like what he said in this one. You guys got fat while everybody starved on the streets. I like how he also said starved. He said starved.
Yeah. How good were the accents?
You mean like New York authentic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say some of them were pretty spot on. I've known people who's actually legit had those fucking. First of all, look, Larry Fishburne's character in this movie. I went to school with those guys. Like, I see those people in school. So
all the Run DMC clones.
Although, like, you know, no one was dressing like Run DMC when I was in like junior high and high school, but still, like, they still had the boys. Yo, motherfucker, get me 16 pieces of chicken. They were still like that. These people were fucking. They were straight up like cursing out the teachers and shit. I remember this one kid told this fucking teacher that he was gonna fucking tap her jaw, and then she said, "What? What did you say to me?" And then he was like, "Nothing." Like, he thought he could mutter that under his breath, and then she heard what he said. She didn't do anything about it afterwards, but
nah.
That's nice to hear.
Reminds me of the substitute.
I went to school with a shit ton of Larry Fishburnes from this movie.
Hey, what you trying to say?
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's real life. That guy.
My high school was full of. What's that movie, Edward James Olmos, where he's a teacher?
Stand and deliver, right?
That's I went to high school there with those motherfuckers.
Yeah, shit like that, and the fucking Michelle Pfeiffer one. That wasn't too far from my school. Especially the high school I went to.
Is it Dangerous Minds?
Yeah, the high school I went to was fucking crazy because like there were motherfuckers hanging around the school that didn't go to the school, and there were also like people who were a little bit older than high school age hanging around the school. Right.
So you didn't get none of the crazies.
Plenty of them, like, actually.
Like the crazies, like in colors, like, give me my rabbit, man. I need my rabbit.
No, we had people that would like fucking destroy the fucking the trophy cases in the fucking lobby when they walked in, shit like that. Like fucking break the glass and shit.
Okay, now.
I was able to walk out of this school at 10 o'clock in the fucking morning. I've been at school for 2 hours, and I could just walk out of that school and go home. Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah. Sounds like they'd be happy as long as you left the trophy case alone.
Like they didn't fucking lock the door where I kept walking out of. So it's like, okay, you're not gonna lock this door. You can't hold me.
Yeah,
I would walk home. And I would walk on like secluded blocks, so no truant, because we used to also have truant officers around there like crazy. I watched this truant officer drag some kid out of somebody's backyard, kicking him in the ass before he fucking threw him into the truck.
Oh,
he was legit kicking this kid in the fucking ass.
Yeah, I bet your school was like that. School, what's the name? Like if you were. Films have been about it where they go to a shit school, but there was
the Michelle Pfeiffer one, right?
Yeah, the Michelle Pfeiffer.
Dangerous Minds.
That's what I was saying. That was another one.
I don't know. It's a
it didn't get to lean on me parts where teachers were getting their heads caved in. It didn't get to that. The lean on me in the beginning of the movie that you see this fucking teacher getting his head bashed into the floor. Like we didn't get to that fucking. That was Tommy's neck of the woods.
Yeah. By the way. What about the principal with Jim Belushi? It's a little more tame.
I'm just saying, like, when you have a high school right by the train station, and then you have people like hanging out at the White Castle right down the block, and you know, and then there's gangs roaming around Zulu Nation and the Latin Kings and there's shit like that. It's like,
Latin
yeah,
Kings,
you don't really want to go to the Albanian gangs. Like you don't really want to go to this high school anymore. It's like,
Suzanne, can you tell us where this high school was at? What state? What city?
yeah, we didn't have metal detectors in my high school.
No,
No,
all that other stuff. You didn't have that.
no, there were no metal detectors.
Yeah, I subbed at one school that had metal detectors.
I was at
Detroit.
this high school only 2.5 years, by the way. So I signed out of that fucking high school January '96. It was either December '95 or January '86 where I signed out of that school. I was like, I'm done. I'm moving. So you guys can't stop me from moving, right?
No. Yeah, it's funny. Like a few of the smartest people I know, like dropped out of high school. They all dropped out of high school.
I dropped out.
Yep. I did too. I didn't want to fucking continue going there. But also where I moved, they wouldn't let me sign into school because who I was living with was not my fucking guardian. So that's the point where I was officially a dropout. And I didn't give a fuck because when I came back here to the Bronx, I was like, all right, I'm gonna get my GED. It'll be the same fucking thing.
I did that too. I got my GED. Suzanne said East Los Angeles. I believe it. I know. I didn't go to East LA High School, but I went further south of East LA, where Ice-T went to my high school, and so did Vader.
Big Van Vader, you said, right? You said you went to the same high school as Big Van Vader.
Yep. East LA. Now, fuck that. And I bet you got your high school diploma too, huh, Suzanne? I would have dropped out the first day. I would have walked in and be like, fuck this, I'm out. It's too fucking crazy in here. I dropped out in the 9th grade. Yeah, 9th grade.
Oh, 9th grade.
Yeah,
oh, shit.
Best thing I ever did. Best decision I ever made.
I've heard that before.
All right, but you made the decision, not your parents. Your parents had to fucking help you sign out of there, right?
Well, they were split, and shit was really bad at home. And I just like, fuck this. Instead of going to school, I'd walk on the railroad tracks in the riverbed. I used to go to Compton Swap Meet a lot. There's a place used to call Compton Swap Meet, and you could run into rappers.
Swap Meet.
Yeah, you could run into the rappers there. I ran into Eazy-E. I met B.
Before the AIDS?
Huh?
Before the AIDS?
No, this was after the AIDS.
Could you buy Vaseline?
Wait. No, now I know what you mean. Yeah, before the AIDS, before Eazy-E had AIDS. He caught the AIDS. Oh.
R.I.P. Eazy-E.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Did they sell Vaseline at the swap meet?
Yeah. They sold gold chains. They sold baseball hats and the jackets of every team. You had all your sports, your tennis shoes, your most expensive fucking tennis shoes. Vaseline. Oh, they fucking sold.
I'm thinking of the diss track by Ice Cube.
Oh, it's funny. Vaseline. It's funny how now it's got into fucking conversation about.
They had fucking penicillin. They had like underground, like doctors.
Yeah, that's for all the STDs running around.
The doctors there, they had medicines, prescriptions that they snuck over from Mexico.
Oh yeah, that's smart.
Yeah.
So I'm still trying to figure out why it was a bad thing that Eazy-E caught AIDS. I mean, it was just a dietary candy. What's the big deal?
Yeah.
No, not that.
Suge Knight had a needle that was infected with AIDS and
that he used to stab people with.
Yeah,
that's prison shit. That's like prison shit.
Yeah,
it used to be.
That's like shit. That's like shit you would hear. That's like shit you would hear on Oz.
Yeah.
Highlight.
Save your prison gang stories for later.
Highlight Suzanne Martinez after East LA. What she say? She said a lot of stuff. Go back up some more. More. Okay, right there.
Yeah, that was the same with the high school I went to.
Yeah.
It was like there was the Latin Kings, right? Many of whom, like I was saying, how they were older kids who would hang out at the White Castle down the block, and these motherfuckers wouldn't be enrolled in the school I went to. Herbert H. Lehman. I'm sure they changed the name of it.
Suzanne Martinez. She went from East LA High School, which is mostly Mexican, and then she went to Inglewood. She transferred to Inglewood. Inglewood is mostly black.
Compton, Long Beach, Inglewood.
Yeah. So she went there.
Hello, Sherry. How you doing?
Hey, Sherry.
Graduated.
Sherry.
The lovely Sherry. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, this is a conversation about a movie that somehow turned into gang-ridden high
schools. We're talking about gangs of King of New York.
I mean, it somehow turned into a conversation about gang-ridden high schools.
Yeah, straight out of Compton.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking lovely about the Sherry. Movie all wrong.
You know, lovely Sherry, she could cook. She offered us.
She's straight out of Compton.
She told us if we ever go to visit her in New York, she'd cook us a meal.
You know when you do in the fucking Christopher Walken voice, you're not changing your voice at all.
I gotta change. I'm trying.
You gotta get a little bit like this.
Lovely Sherry, what is the best dish? Like if I visit you, if I went to New York and visited you, lovely Sherry, what would you make?
Well, Sherry's in New York?
Yeah.
You know, when you order a pizza in New York, you got to call it a pie. They call it pie.
Yeah, you know what? I had that problem when I moved down to Tennessee, because we didn't have no mom and pop places.
I want to go. I'm gonna
go
to New York.
Like Little Caesars and Papa John's. So I had I'm on the phone ordering a pizza. And I said large pie. Like pie. The person behind the phone said pie.
Okay. She says she makes Italian food. That's her specialty. Good. I want to travel. I'm going to travel to New York. And I'm going to visit Sherry. I'm going to visit Slasher. And I don't know who else I know up there.
I'm the only fucking New Yorker I know that does these streams.
So I'm going to visit you. And I'm going to visit Lovely Sherry.
Yeah, because my other New Yorker friends are a bunch of fucking assholes. So.
And I'll go and we can all grab a pie, a pizza pie.
She legit was like, pie? It was. It's like I felt like I was in another world, and I'm sure she did too.
Yeah.
And you missed your opportunity to use the Revenge of the Nerds hair pie.
Yeah. City Slicker.
Yeah, but I didn't want to be a comedian at that point. I was just fucking hungry.
City Slicker asked me for a pie.
Is that
go to New York?
Is like, do you mean a pizza?
Are you coming on to me?
I was like, yeah, I guess I mean a pizza. A pizza, like usually, if I call a place down the block from me right now, I say, "Can I get a pizza?" And be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Yes, this is a pizzeria. Of course, you get a pizza here, you fucking idiot.
See, when we went into the places, if you were just ordering like a single, you would be ordering a slice, you know. So
yeah.
Get a slice.
I would order pizza from where you're at, Slasher, and I said I want a deep dish Chicago style.
I don't think you're gonna find that.
They hang up on me.
Yeah. But like you know that like you say, if you walk up to one of these fucking Ginzos behind the fucking counter. Although not even lately there, because when I grew up here in the 80s, it was like full whoa, like motherfuckers with like the Italian flag tattooed on their arm and shit, right? And I'm Italian, so I can fucking get away with saying this shit. So fuck you. Anyone trying to cancel me? Fucking, you know, if you walked up to one of these guys and said, "Can I get a pizza?" This guy would have stared at you for like 5 minutes.
Hey, Slasher.
He wouldn't even said anything. He'd have just stared at you for 5 minutes and just waited for you to fucking elaborate.
What's a hair pie?
Wait, what?
Highlight the comment.
I said that earlier. Where were you?
I'm sorry. Who said that?
Hair pie.
Hair pie.
Hey, welcome to Ginzo's Pies. It's all pizza.
Yeah, that sounds like John Travolta. That's good.
That did sound like John Travolta. Oh my god! Oh my god! I want a pizza.
And pan down. I want Bush.
Sure, we'll drink
got
that.
Bush.
We got Bush.
God damn it! Let me get to the end of this movie.
Are you sure? Are you sure you can do it?
We already finished.
I've been trying. No, we didn't finish the movie.
We're at the part of the raid.
Yeah, we haven't said about the dude that gets wrapped around the fire.
Frank White, you know, he said, "You want a job? Come to the plaza. If you know any small boob chicks."
You should have said the plaza.
The plaza.
Yeah. The girls with small boobs. Send them down to the plaza.
This is from Home Alone 2.
If she has small boobs, send her over to the plaza.
But yeah, the plaza is a ritzy fucking place. I've been in there a couple times having to deliver shit. It's a very, very ritzy place. I'm amazed that they let me walk in there.
Ritzier than the Ritz.
There's no need.
Actually, yeah, it is.
Nobody followed you on security camera.
No, no one did. No one followed me. No.
No, on security camera. They'd have just been watching you on security camera in case you was like trying to.
No, but I'm saying it wasn't the way like Tim Curry was fucking with Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone 2 when they were in the plaza. It was like, you know, they let me go there. I go to somebody. I'm like, where do I have to deliver this? And you know, they directed me there. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking in there with fucking a fucking baseball cap and a fucking.
I know they were at security, wouldn't they?
Looking like Holden Caulfield.
Look at this fucker. Look at this New Yorker. It's typical New Yorker. Keep an eye on him.
Oh yeah, I walk in there. I'm definitely not staying there. You know, like they could see me at the front counter. Oh, you're not paying to stay here. But you know, they didn't treat me like scum at the bottom of their shoe. They're like, "Oh, okay, we'll take your delivery. Thank you. Have a nice day." You know, they weren't anything like, you know, trying to fuck with me, trying to make me feel like scum because I walk in there with my fucking sneakers and fucking hoodie.
Go back to Pelham. Hey, fuck you.
But the plaza is a very nice place. Frank White should be holding his crazy parties at the plaza because there's no way that the vigilante cops would have raided the plaza. There's no way.
No.
They raided the crack house in some area, in some blue area. I couldn't even fucking tell where it was. When I say blue, it's because of the lighting. Like even outside and the inside of this place was blue. Everyone looked like a fucking Smurf.
Yeah, but that DP was brilliant though. He did a good job with that lighting. It's all ultraviolet, I think, until Frank leans into the lamplight and then his face is lit up with orange. When the guy comes in to make the deal, because the guy makes a deal with him right before the raid, right?
And then kills his lookout, and then like walks out of the place and kills his lookout in the front.
Right. But that guy couldn't be a cop if he's just murking people like that, or is he? Was that an undercover cop?
I've never even heard about this movie about my father, so no, I haven't seen it.
About my father.
Hello, Vegas Lights.
Oh, hello, Vegas Lights. How you doing?
Hold up.
Yeah, Vegas Light.
We're talking about Kings of New York, Christopher
King.
Walken.
Just one king. King.
King.
Kang?
The only
Kang,
one.
or Kang of New York. The
Kangs of New York?
Multiverse.
We were Kangs and
Kang.
shit.
We was Kangs of New York.
Oh
Kang.
God.
Of New York with
All I need is one mic.
Kang the Conqueror.
Let's see. Slasher got that one.
If they remake this, do you think they'll like put Brie Larson in it and call it Queens of New York?
No, they'll call it the Woman King of New York.
Whoa! Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. No, that's a pie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wouldn't it be called the They Them of New York?
Oh, Tommy.
Yeah.
Nobody reviewed that horror movie yet. I thought someone was going to watch it, but nobody
Which
did.
horror movie?
The
Captain
they
Marvel?
them slasher movie.
Oh,
It came out last year, I think. It was like at a trans camp.
Trans Camp?
Yeah, I think it might have been a Blumhouse horror film, but yeah, it came out. It was just called They Them. It's like they go off to camp and then
Is that Blumhouse or Bumhouse?
They Them Live? Was it They Them Live?
no.
Vegas Lights. Have you
Wait till the
seen
sequel
Sleepy
next
Hollow?
year. Zay Zem is coming out.
Sorry. Oh, all right. My battery turned red. I got a couple minutes before I run out of juice.
I got you.
Vegas Lights. Have you seen Sleepy Hollow? The Johnny Depp. Anyone?
Yeah, I'll put that in my back pocket for Halloween. I
Yeah.
think I'll save that for Halloween.
And Trick or Treat. Don't forget Trick or Treat.
Well, if I'm gonna do the Halloween movies, like I'll do the theme. I guess.
Why not do From Hell too?
Oh,
Which one was From Hell? Was that the Jack the Ripper one?
Yeah.
Yeah, with Johnny Depp, like high out of his mind on heroin or opium
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
for the entire
Right.
movie. Yeah.
Lovely Sherry saw it.
From Hell?
No, Sleepy Hollow.
Oh,
She'll watch our review in October, or when you do it near Halloween.
Halloween time if I'm still around.
And if it's still on Netflix.
If I'm still able to move.
If you can, I'll try to do it then.
I got you.
We just got to get you some of those Mexican cortisol shots or cortisone shots.
Compton swap meet.
Or I gotta
Swap
get
meet.
in contact with Skynet and get some cybernetic implants.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's after Terminator 2. Those movies don't count.
I'll have to talk to Miles Dyson.
Yeah, you don't start getting modified humans until like later, like Terminator 5. Or 4, I guess.
You need a defibrillator, that thing to jumpstart your heart, but connected to the mother box.
No, it's not so much my heart as it is my fucking bones.
Yeah, it'll turn you into cyborg.
I have.
Yeah, metal endoskeleton.
What's wrong with bones? There's nothing wrong with a good bony bitch, and you're banging it from behind, and the bones start rattling.
I love my women that look like a greyhound.
Oh no. Bone is for the dog, meat is for the man.
Not all pee-pee times are poo-poo times. but every poo-poo time is a pee-pee time.
That's a true statement.
So where are we at in the movie? The raid?
The part where the cop met the fire hydrant at 60,
Squib time.
80 miles per hour.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then we got a long ass fucking chase.
Yeah,
A lot of gunfire. I also like how Lawrence Fishburne, every time he pops out of the fucking the sunroof of the limo, he's two-handing it with his guns. He's like blasting away with both hands.
Oh yeah, he holds nothing back.
Well, yeah, this is also the scene where we lose poor Jimmy Jam, Larry Fishburne. Yeah, we lose him in this scene. Poor guy. Poor murderer.
Yeah,
That
but
limousine
he
should
goes
have
like,
had that limousine should have had M16s and stuff in there already for these kind of moments, you know.
Well, they were popping. Well, when they raided Chinatown, they fucking popped out fully fucking armed. They were armed to the
Yeah.
fucking gills.
yeah. I think the cops might have had a couple of M16s. I didn't look closely enough, but I thought I saw at least one.
Uzis,
And
right?
I think one of
there's
them
lot
had
of
a.
Uzis.
I think one of them had a fucking AK.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
since you're in that kind of business, you would think you would have some AKs in the limousine for for shootouts. Be prepared.
Yeah, but Fishburne did get T-boned, didn't he? And he got fucked
He's
up a
the
bit.
T-boner.
No,
Yeah.
Fishburne, God bless. All right, Fishburne draws fucking Wesley Snipes, one of the cop. How Wesley's
Wesley.
we kind of glossed over the whole time that Wesley Snipes is one of the cops.
Wesley
Dude.
Pipes.
Dude who looks like the Thing, Wesley Snipes, and fucking David Caruso. They're the three main cops.
Redheaded stepchild. The Thing
But
and Wesley Pipes.
yeah, he sneaks up on fucking Larry Fishburne sneaks up on him and blasts him. It's like, "Where's my chicken, Black?" Boom! He shoot him again.
That's
Like,
it.
you know, I like
exactly
soda.
what
You
he
know, I
said.
like soda too. Boom! Because Wesley Snipes like, look, he's got him cornered. He's like, "I got fried chicken for you, motherfucker!" For when they arrested him in the fucking in the chicken place.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the acting in this movie was fucking. I'd say the least effective actor in this movie was fucking dude who looks like the Thing. That dude was just grumbling his way through the movie. But I guess
go with the forehead guy.
Oh, that guy was the least effective actor in the movie.
It looked like he was reading from a teleprompter. Like, yeah, he was practically a deep fake. I don't know. I got nothing off of that guy.
He wasn't in a lot of scenes either, so I guess that
True.
helped. They did show him in the audience when that guy was singing his fucking hopeful song.
Yeah.
The fat black guy was singing. Was like,
what a cut! What a scene change that was.
We get some dude hung dead upside down to this guy singing this uplifting song at some benefit.
Oh, in Chinatown, yeah. Yeah, cut to the benefit.
Yeah, I think that's that sort of like mafia sort of like where they always had like cheerful tunes where used to be probably some bad misfit and that crap going on. Where
like in Goodfellas, you mean how they always had like
it is a trait that mafia films they will have some cheerful song while someone's getting fucking grotted or whatever.
Yeah, Goodfellas was full of that shit.
Yeah.
So, the police raid on the fucking fancy crack house where they're playing on Black Enough. And, Wesley Snipes tries to corner, Larry Fishburne after a long car chase and a long shootout, which was fucking awesome. That was the scene of the movie. That whole fucking part.
Yeah.
From the beginning, from the beginning of the raid to the end, that shit was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was like a scene from Lethal Weapon. Getting kicked off. I'm like, yeah, here we go. Riggs.
So Larry Fishburne kills Wesley Snipes, and then David Caruso kills. And then David Caruso kills Larry Fishburne. And then that's when Darius was like, "No, Jimmy, no!"
Yeah, and he's writhing and screaming like Mr. Orange after he gets shot.
He's doing his Looney Tunes.
He shot me. Oh my god! Well,
he's telling him to shoot him again. He's like telling him to kill him, and he's going hysterical. And like he's even like screaming in the background while fucking David Caruso is like reading Wesley Snipes' last rites. Like, He takes Wesley Snipes' vest off, and you see that fucking. He definitely got hit.
Yeah.
Wesley
he
Snipes
had-
was very minor in this movie. Like he had his parts, but like he didn't have his like Wesley Snipes Hollywood clout. I think at this point.
Yeah, and that's funny because it's only 1 year before he does New Jack City.
Right.
Yeah.
Similar happened.
I'd say it seemed like he had more dialogue in fucking Major League than he did in this. Major League was 2 years before this.
Yeah,
And he didn't make any change in this movie.
And then like 5 years later, he's doing Passenger 57 and shit like that.
Always bet on black.
Demolition Man.
No, Demolition Man is probably I'd say Wesley Snipes' best movie. See, that's a movie that Stallone's the main guy, but I'd say that movie Wesley Snipes stole the show.
It wasn't.
No, I don't think that movie works without Wesley Snipes. Honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't think
I think
Blade
Wesley
was his
Snipes.
best movie?
It would be like Batman without Jack Nicholson as the Joker.
I think
That's
Blade
kind of
was
how I
his
see
best
that.
Yeah, I was going to say Blade is probably Wesley Snipes' best movie.
I would say Demolition Man with Blade probably be number 2.
Yeah, but Demolition Man isn't really Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
But like I was going back to before, I'm saying it was more of a slower movie.
Yeah. Bit like with Deer Hunter, where he's a main part in it. He is sort of like.
But also, like when they did the Demolition Man posters, though, it was always them faced off in the poster.
Yeah. Oh, what I'm saying,
and
like
it said Stallone and Snipes underneath them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, he's the main villain in it, and that, and so he does play a big part in it. But yeah,
I don't think by this movie he had his Hollywood clout, so that's why he kind of had like. He didn't say much, although he did. He was the first one to say "King of New York" when they were setting up their vigilante raid. But the vigilante raid, yeah, that was the shit in this movie.
Yeah, I think the budget was like spent there.
And
most of it
right.
was like talking in rooms, wasn't it? So like we like, okay, we'll get this action scene, fucking like, yeah, we'll use a quarter of the budget on this action scene.
Yeah, it was a good action scene though.
Yeah,
The whole thing.
Oh yeah.
So Wesley Snipes is dead. The cop who got married in the beginning is dead, and it's the funeral. And David Caruso furiously leaves the funeral. And then we get the limo scene.
Yeah, well, David Caruso can't start his car, and that's usually a sign.
The sign of a bad thing in any movie.
Yeah, especially in gangster movies, because someone's like cut the like battery or whatever to the ignition, and so the car is like a sitting duck for at least a minute or two, because it's going to take you a few goes, which it did, because try it. So you're going to be there for a minute or two. So as soon as they get in that car, you've got a minute or two of a time gap to get in there. And
all these cops at the funeral too, they just like looked at the limo as it strolled by.
Well, you wouldn't expect a limo to show you. You think, oh well, there's probably someone really like famous or rich in there, not like a fucking assassin, King of New York mobster.
Well, it's not like it's anything out of the ordinary. They're in a cemetery.
That's true, but
they do have multiple burials at the same time.
That's true, but when he was driving up, every single like one of those cops was looking at the limo, like something was up. They were looking at it.
Well, the windows were blacked out, and that's usually a sign that, hey, up. If you can't see in and they can see out, they're obviously at an advantage. But you're usually thinking the rich, limo, blacked out limo. You're thinking, well, if they're not rich, they've obviously known someone who is rich and lent their limo off.
And then boom, David Caruso's brains all over the fucking passenger side of the window.
Well, shotgun, he uses a shotgun, so he definitely
boom,
makes sure.
Right in the face.
Yeah, definitely make sure, as you said, it's going to be a closed casket. Or what was it, Darius? Someone said, makes that a closed casket. Well, Darius said tinted windows. Yeah. So I said backed out windows, tinted. Like.
And then he's in the Thing's apartment. The guy who looks like the Thing. The main, he's like the head of the whole fucking Frank White case. Can't remember his name. Roy? It was Roy, right?
Right. I don't know. I couldn't hear it.
Yeah, he's Frank White is in his apartment waiting for him to talk shit to him. And this is where he gives his rundown about how he's not really a total scumbag because he's killing people that had 13-year-old prostitutes on the street.
Yeah.
He's killing people who like rented out $800 apartments to their people where there's one toilet on the entire floor. And he's kind of going into this righteous thing.
Yeah. He's saying, like, I may be a bit of a cunt, but I'm not a real fucking cunt.
Like, even when we see, like, he's trying to build the hospitals, like trying to keep the hospitals. He's trying to keep the hospital afloat,
Yeah, he tries to make himself feel better. That
legit. He's a criminal that's trying to be legit at the same time.
Yeah, he's not. He's not trying to rip people off. He's doing what mobsters do, where they gain land territory by blasting the shit out of people.
And the guy tells him, "Is like who made you judge, jury, and executioner?" He's trying to go. He's like, "Oh, you're just trying to take over drug cartels," which he was. He did. He already fucking did take over a couple of drug cartels.
Yeah. Gain territory. Well, that's like what they're doing it where to be like kingpin mobster, you need to own like the majority of the territories.
Yeah. Well, like, I don't like. He's well known as a mobster, but he's also trying to go legit while he's being a well-known mobster.
Oh yeah. Well, they always try and do that because it's one of them where if they can go legit in that, then like
there's less heat on them, but he's also still wanted for all these murders, though. But he's also still wanted for all these murders while he's trying to go legit.
No, but his money's safe because if you go legit and he gets like caught for these murders and that and goes down, well, he's still got his money because it'll be legit money. If he don't go legit, then he can take his money away because it'll be
I'm just saying though, like he's not really trying to mask that he's trying to tell people that he's legit, but on the other hand, he's like taunting these cops.
Oh yeah. Well, he's obviously got a bit of a too big of a name for him to go legit, sort of thing. Like because usually when they go legit, they'll claim that they've left the like business.
And he's not really masking that he's fucking away from these people. He's bailing. He's getting the counselor to bail them out and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He's got
yeah,
them.
yeah,
He's got them hanging out with him at the plaza.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, he gets the head detective to handcuff himself to his chair while he leaves, and then as soon as he leaves, he decides to fucking grab a gun and shoot himself out of the chair. He shoots the handcuffs and follows him onto the subway.
What a dumbass for doing that.
For following him onto
Anyway,
the subway.
yeah, for going after the most dangerous motherfucker in New York.
Well, that was his mission from the beginning, it seems. When they were riding around with a dead body in their trunk, I still want to know what their explanation was to everybody that we were riding around with a fucking corpse in our trunk. That means they got to the dead body first and didn't call the fucking coroner.
Yeah, I don't think that's proper procedure
I don't think
in
so
the,
either.
in the New York Police Handbook. Drive around New York.
Dead body in the trunk. Come on.
That's what you
wrong
do.
What's wrong with you guys? You guys. Come on.
Amateurs.
Oh, yeah, the RICO thing. Yeah. You could potentially get his legit money if it was involved in a criminal operation.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. It was too big for him to go legit and have no sort of like investigations. Where to go legit, you need to like do it, but like quite under the radar that the cops
Yeah. Jens, have
can't
you ever watched?
really
Jens, have you
have
ever
the
watched
chance to
Breaking?
bullshit.
Jens, have you ever watched Breaking Bad?
Yeah, yeah,
All right. Do you remember when he got involved with Saul?
yeah, yeah,
All right, and Saul was trying to he wanted to have a legitimate business, and
yeah, yeah.
Saul he wanted a car wash, but Saul wanted to buy a laser tag arena for him, like a laser tag place.
Right, yeah, yeah,
He kept trying to convince him.
yeah, yeah. There's obviously like all different businesses you can go into, but it's one of them where if you're real big time like he was, then it's hard to go legit because obviously the no like, but if you're not big time and you can do it sort of like where they don't even know, because that's the thing when you go legit. If
Yeah,
you
you can't have a like if you're going legit, don't have a thriving business that will bring more attention to you.
yeah, you gotta like quit. Well, you don't have to quit the illegal stuff, but it's better to quit the illegal stuff so the cops can't get you. And that's why some people will buy like casinos or whatever, and like they'll just go legit casino ways and that shit. So, and unless the cops want to bust you because you're real big and that, usually if it's too much of a case and you'll be bribing, because like when you fucking go legit, you probably be bribing a few fucking officials and that for like fucking stuff. So like you won't get the cops hassling you, but if you're real big time, and
Yeah, they're gonna be breathing down your neck. Yeah.
yeah. And so it's hard for him to go legit. It's like one of them where once you become so famous, it's hard for you to go back.
Yeah, where you can't go outside without people trying to snap your picture. Shit like that.
Yeah. Or you can't go anywhere without someone recognizing you and wanting an autograph. So
yeah.
there's that certain stage where you get too big and you just can't get the heat off you.
But okay, so he's got the main guy handcuffed to his own chair, and then when he leaves, He decides to follow him onto the 7 train. He finds him, and then all of a sudden he goes into hostage negotiations. He grabs this
I'm surprised that
very sad looking black woman. She looks so sad. Like when he's got the gun to her head, she's got this very, very sad face. Like I felt legit bad for this woman because she did a good job acting like a hostage.
So you look sad. You got family?
Yeah,
Someone?
it's like, you have children? Yes.
Yes. Wow. Someone had sex with you? Come on.
Multiple times.
Wow.
So we got the showdown, and then Christopher Walken pulls the gun, fires. The Thing fires on his way down to the ground, but we see that he's dead on the ground. And then we get a stroll outside the subway. I'm just gonna tie up my trench coat and walk through the streets. I got a cab. I want to get a cab. Come on.
It's a lovely night in New York.
And he gets in the cab. He's like, just drive. Even though he gets into a cab that's like in fucking standstill traffic. He's like, just drive.
I don't want to take my last dying breath inhaling subway piss. The stench.
And then there's like the 30 cop slow motion raid on him.
Yeah. Well, that's where I got confused. Yeah, I thought he shot himself.
No, yeah. When he shot the cop on the train, the cop fell and fired like 2 or 3 shots. I think it was 2 shots.
Yeah, I didn't see him like shoot. I think it like fucking froze a bit. Yeah.
Frank should have stood behind the black woman with a shield him. He could have shielded 2 Frank Whites.
Yeah, Frank White likes small boobies. Frank White is a fan of the small boobie scene. Don't get me wrong. I've seen some girls with small boobies that are nice boobies. I've seen some girls with big boobies that are fucking ugly as fuck.
He liked the little ittle bitty titty committee.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, I know she might be dead now. Dog the Bounty Hunter's wife. She had huge tits, but she had huge tits that I didn't want to see. They probably go down to her fucking. They probably go down to her fucking knees.
No, I reckon it was nice and round then.
I don't know. I bet you they were really pointing south.
Well, I'm
gonna
fucking Google it.
About Dog the Bounty Hunter's wife's tits?
Why not? I'll see.
Okay.
Obviously, I won't be showing.
But yeah,
I'll share, but obviously, like I don't think you would want to put it on the screen.
No, I'm not gonna put Dog the Bounty Hunter's wife's tits on my screen. I'm good.
Yeah, that's great. Can't even remember her name, but Dog Bounty Hunter's wife tits should do it.
I also don't like women that are built like fire hydrants. When they're like 4'10" and 220 pounds. Nah. When they're built like Taz.
Yeah.
I see a lot of Mexican women around here that are built like Taz. But so Frank White dies in the cab. Poor Christopher Walken. All he was trying to do was sell drugs, kill his competition, and fucking build hospitals. Poor guy.
Keep the hospital.
Yeah. Poor guy.
I'd rather die in an Uber than a cab. I'm trying to remember the names of the cast of Taxi. Uh,
I wasn't a fan of Taxi, so I don't know. I just know
yeah,
fucking what was Andy Kaufman's name? Lotka or some stupid shit like
yeah,
that.
Rocka,
Lotka, I think it was.
yeah, some shit. Danny DeVito's. He didn't drive the cab. He was the dispatcher. And the other motherfucker, the main dude, the main star.
Yeah,
Forgot.
man. I don't want to see her naked. I don't care.
Yeah, this is 18 and all, so
Didn't she die? Or is
She
this
did die. I think she did die.
yeah.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I think she died of cancer.
Fucking Jens, you necrophiliac.
Shut up, she's alive there, you daft
Ah,
bastard.
ah,
No,
ah.
if she looked more like Anna Nicole Smith, then I'd say yeah, another dead person. Like Anna Nicole Smith used to be
No, just because.
Anna Nicole Smith in Naked Gun 33 and a third. Oh my god. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah. Christopher Walken dies. Oh, he ain't the king of New York no more. Oh my god.
Christopher Walken likes to die in movies. Most of the movies he's in, he dies.
Yeah, who's the guy in GoldenEye who had the satellite dish? He fell on the satellite dish and broke his back or something. Or the
Yeah,
satellite dish fell on him. Yeah, doesn't that
he
guy
had
die
a
in that thing?
yes, he dies. They all die.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Sean Bean plays
Yeah, that guy.
William.
Don't they say he dies and everything?
Mm.
Yeah, I think so.
There was the guy who he had two great deaths. I don't remember what his name was, but he was the toxic waste guy in RoboCop,
Oh, yeah.
and he's also he
Help me!
in the blob
Help me!
in the blob, the 80s version of the blob. He gets pulled through the door, and he bends in half when he gets pulled through the door.
Damn.
That guy had two great deaths.
Well,
Yeah.
there is a movie where Christopher Walken gets killed, but he comes back to life.
Which one?
Sleepy
The
Hollow.
Prophecy, and then
Oh,
the Prophecy 2.
Well, no,
he's
the
back.
prophecy. He was the angel of death. He wasn't killed. He was the angel of death in the prophecy.
And then Prophecy 2, he's there also.
Oh, I didn't get to part 2. So
Yeah. In part 2, he still tries to kill this chick who has a kid that's supposed to be like the second coming of Christ. And that one guy's in it. The one Julia Roberts' brother.
Eric Roberts,
Yeah, he's in it with his crooked nose.
best of the best.
Yeah, he's in that movie going against Christopher Walken.
I remember the first one was the dude who played Casey Jones in the first Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, he comes out in the second one, but for like very little in the beginning. I don't want to ruin it, but yeah, he comes out. Tommy, little Tommy Daggett.
Yeah. Okay. So, what did you guys think of this movie overall? Did you like it?
Yeah, had tits and guns and like explosions. Not much explosions.
It had fried chicken and tits
Yeah.
and tough guys
Yeah.
and a lot of shooting. Yeah, I like it.
Hmm.
I give it a solid 8.
8 out of 10.
Yes.
How about you, Jens?
Yeah, I'd give it an 8 and all. It was a sort of slow-ish burn at places, but that is mobster films for you and that. But it did deliver on some action and that and fucking tits. So yeah.
How
I
about you,
would have
Tommy?
gave it a 9. I would have gave it a 9 if they showed Asian tits. They showed white girl tits, black tits, Asian. They would have showed
Yeah,
Asian tits
there
and
were
maybe.
Asian girls in the movie too, because we saw there was
Oh, what did we see their tits?
no, but
Hmm.
I'm saying there were Asian girls in the movie, so they did
No,
miss an
we
opportunity.
we,
Although
we didn't
they
see each
probably
other.
would have had small tits too. So
Yeah, yeah, and maybe some Puerto Rican chicks
well, all right,
yeah.
was that girl with the stupid ass fucking curl in the middle of her forehead? Was she Puerto
She was
Rican? I
she
couldn't
was
tell
like
what
half.
that girl. I couldn't tell what that girl was.
She was like a 1/4 N, black, and the rest was mixed with. She's all mixed up, white, Puerto Rican, black, with a Mick Jagger mouth.
Yeah, someone needed to take a fucking scissor to that stupid fucking curl she had on her
Yeah,
forehead.
Oh, I think that
I
would have
don't.
been the oh, what was her name? She had the fucking eye patch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully that was the last movie, only movie she done.
Tommy, you still here?
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you think of this movie? You said seen it before, but a long
Yeah,
time.
I'd seen it a long time ago. I would still say, I would still say it's probably around a 7. And the reason I say that is some of the things that was already pointed out during the review. Some of the lighting was just horribly done in this. Other than that, like the script for the movie was pretty good. I felt like it moved along at a decent pace. I know it's slow for Jens, but anything that doesn't operate at least a third grade level for Jens, it seems a little bit slow. So a little bit too intellectually superior for Jens's intellect.
I
But
know
no,
too much talking, not on the faction. If I want intellectual fucking debate, I'll watch fucking
if you want intellectual debate, you
program.
should probably get a speak and spell. But quite honestly, no, it's a good story. It's got some decent characters in it. I think that they maybe underutilized a few of those guys, but I don't know if that's because they came in with like semi big names and they weren't there to steal the show, because it did feel like some of these guys just didn't get enough screen time, or they didn't get enough character development. And like, especially like you were talking about Wesley Snipes. I mean, other than a few scenes, you hardly even know that he's in this movie.
Steve
Same
Buscemi,
thing with
like
Buscemi.
Steve
Yeah,
Buscemi. You like blink and you miss Steve Buscemi in this fucking movie.
exactly. I think that's a few of the things that if those were improved on, this would be a solid 9 for me. But yeah, with those things right there, yeah, I would still say about a 7.
I would give this movie a thumbs up. I always like to come back to this movie every now and again. It's been probably about 5 or 6 years, maybe a little bit longer since I last saw this movie. Christopher Walken was fucking awesome in this movie. He was fucking awesome without really even having to do much. He didn't even really do much, and he was fucking awesome. And same thing with Lawrence Fishburne. Sorry, Larry Fishburne. My bad. Yeah, but like you said, you were saying, the guys who didn't have the huge Hollywood clout like Wesley Snipes and Steve Buscemi, yeah, they were kind of overshadowed in this because they didn't have much. You know, Wesley Snipes had way more to do in this movie than fucking Steve Buscemi did. We see Steve Buscemi in like 2 or 3 scenes throughout this whole movie.
We see Caruso a lot more than we should have, quite honestly.
Yeah. Not a David Caruso fan myself, but yep, I give this movie a thumbs up.
And what is Darius giving it? Because he says like,
yeah, cooking meth for 5 seconds. Exit film. No, he was in another scene after that, I think.
He was in one of the scenes where they were inside a building, like at a big sit down or something. Like I don't know if that was, I can't remember if that was in a club or a restaurant or what it was. But there was an ever so small scene where he's just sitting there, not saying a damn thing.
Yep. Seven guinea pig treats. But yeah, all right. RR Darius. Well, Darius was here with us, and he had to go. Thanks for chilling, Darius. RR, thank you. Let me see. Go up a little bit more. Since Darius left, he's fucking devoured the chat. Lovely Sherry, Vegas Lights. Susana Martinez, a new name I've seen here. Parrothead was here.
It's Courtney's Fellowship.
Courtney was here.
Fellowship Oddballs. Joe's Atmosphere.
Joe's Atmosphere, another name that I'm not used to seeing here.
Yeah, because I put your link, the YouTube link, in a bunch of chat groups on X, formerly known as Twitter.
X gonna give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you guys. Next week, I'm gonna go with Showdown in Little Tokyo. Since we got into the Brandon Lee talk, I'll do Showdown in Little Tokyo.
Yeah, some action. We haven't got a fucking
Brandon Lee and Dolph Lundgren. Yeah, Brandon Lee and Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, we haven't got to like watch some fucking talking, debating and that, which is boring as fuck. I'd rather have a debate with a speaking spell than watching it.
Is there Bolo Young in this movie? No. Or
I've seen it once a long time ago, and I was throwing that out of my mind when I saw it. So
yeah, well, it's got Dolph Lundgren
and Brandon Lee.
Brandon Lee, yeah.
So yep, that's next week's movie.
Cool.
But I'm gonna do the wrestling review, the wrestling dustbin on Wednesday. Yeah, I put this off last week, but I'll do it this week too. WCW Snow Brawl and WCW Beach Brawl. They're not very long, so the stream won't be very long. So, but yeah, go down the line. Boom, cool. Tommy.
Leave Tommy till last. I think got it.
Yeah, suck it, Jens.
Oh, you out? I thought you were doing something.
No. I was just saying I'm muting my mic in between because I got the dog bugging me. So, same thing as always, guys. Doing the toy reviews when I can, and battle bots and guinea pig videos. I'm kind of limiting how much I do just because of YouTube and their fuckery, and I'm just sick and tired of it. And what's the point of putting out content and half the people that are subscribed don't ever get to see it? So, I'm just doing it limited right now, and I'm just going to look to see what happens in the coming months, and maybe I don't know, maybe just start moving more stuff over to Rumble or something, because this shit on YouTube is just getting nerve-wracking. It's irritating at this joint. But guys, it was fun hanging up here with you guys, watching this movie and talking about it. And you know what? Christopher Walken is another one of those actors I think is completely underrated. Him and Rutger Hauer, I think, were greatly underestimated as actors in the film industry.
You know what, Tommy? I gotta say, like, he's in that category. Like him, Rutger Hauer, Lance Henriksen.
Very underrated actors. But this was a lot of fun to rewatch. And guys, always have a good one. Always make sure that you're having fun, because you're not on here having fun. What the hell are you doing here? Never let anybody tell you what you can and can't say, what you should or should not think, because your compliance and your silence gives consent. And once again, Slasher, thanks for always hosting these things.
Oh, yeah, man.
Coming up here and having a blast.
Oh, yeah, man. Good to hang out with you, man.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Still need to do the Extraction 2 review, which I will do it sooner or later. As I said, like I told everyone it was going to be good and that, but I'm going to do it because there's soon it's coming up to.
Because you kept talking about it so much that you have to do it.
Oh well, like I should have done it, but it's because I told everyone it was going to be good because number 1 was good, and so number 2 was like looking. It was done by the same director in that, and so I was thinking, well, it's gonna be good. If number 1 was good, number 2 should be just as good, and that, and so yeah. But Equalizer 3's coming up, so I'll be having to watch that, and so I need to do the Extraction 2 before I can do Equalizer 3, and I've got some other things to try and do before that, and then I've got my live streams, which I've been doing on the Tuesday, sort of like 2:00 a.m. in UK time, which is around 8:00 Eastern time PM, and X Twitter account at 27A Pedersen.
Thank you for hanging out.
Oh,
you're always awesome to talk to when we watch these movies. I appreciate you coming around, man. That's
Natalie Woods. Natalie Woods. When they brought her out of the ocean, his skin was so soft. She had a glow to her. Anyways, I'm gonna do a live stream Friday around 8 or 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we'll go over all this other stuff. Whatever, I'll let you know if I survived. You'll know if I'm on. I survived Hurricane Hillary.
Yeah.
And I'll go over. I have surveillance cameras in front of my place. If it captures trees falling down and people dying and cars flipping over and lightning, I'll share that with you guys.
I'm sure you will.
I enjoy sharing reality and Mother Nature.
I was like a goddamn live stream with you when there was an earthquake.
Yeah, that was a good one. I like to bring the chaos to you and review it.
Car crashes is your main one.
Yeah, in front of his own house. Car crash in front of his own fucking house.
Yeah.
There's always cars flipping over in front of my house.
Yeah.
I like it.
Good times.
And I'll stand outside when the wind's blowing hard, and I'll try to piss against the wind. And I'll tell you how that went.
Yeah, I think I've got a good idea. That's why you're not on camera.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, thanks for chilling out, man.
Thanks.
All you guys, I appreciate the hell out of it. You just hanging out, and like I said, next week, movie review, Showdown in Little Tokyo. Have a good one, everybody.